All right, so we're streaming live right about soon.
Right about soon.
And I'm going to share and get this going.
Okay, do you want to have him do a waiver?
Oh, I didn't print them out.
I know, but I'm saying he could just say.
Yeah, but I cut this part out anyway.
You cut it off the YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, then don't worry about it.
Just...
We
part of me wants you to sign a waiver, so if we get sued for you losing your job.
No, we used to do a waiver. We should still be doing it. Just it's mostly for the bands and for people like yourself. Like anything you say on here, it's not edited. It's going out on the internet. So you understand that, right?
Yeah. Well, I got permission from old Bill Dunn. So
yeah.
Old Billy boy.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
All right. So.
He's at least watched the show, maybe, hopefully, once. He probably watched the Mad Mike episode and maybe the one with PJ.
Who is Mad Mike?
Mad Mike Colvin?
That's before your time.
Ooh, we'll talk about it.
Is he a DJ? Is he?
Yeah.
I think I've met him. I might have met him. The name sounds familiar. Colvin.
Okay, here we go.
This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life.
Welcome to Dead Radio.
We're not doing that.
How did she come to have sex with a dead man?
Don't call me Radio Unit 91.
You're a dead man. You're a dead man!
He's God here in this radio station.
Place where the dead speak.
Rebel Radio!
I'm a fake?
Yes.
How'd you like to be dead?
You ever think about doing radio?
My team is dead!
But you're not crazy. You're me. And this is just radio.
By the powers vested in me by the Federal Communications Commission, I command you to get on the microphone in a serious manner and continue this broadcast.
All right. Doop, 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 doop.
A little bit behind today.
Mm-hmm. Not me. I got a shitload accomplished today. Today.
I did a lot today, just not for this show.
All right, here we go. Episode 206, off and running.
And remember to share today.
Well, we do all the things we do every week.
206? Episode 206?
206.
Wow. That's my lucky number.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So random.
Right, yeah, that voice you hear is this is a very special episode, I think, in my opinion.
You're such a liar.
This is a super special episode, and the voice you hear is Nick Kessler.
Yeah.
He's from the Morning Grind, the morning show on WRRV.
Yeah.
92.7, 96.9.
WRRV and WRRB.
B, yeah. A lot of people don't know. The 96.9 is the B, not V. Yeah. When I found that out when I was lot younger, before I understood anything about radio, I was actually, the obsessive compulsive part of me was really upset about that. How can they have two letter designations for two different letter designations for the same station? It drove me crazy. And then I learned that that's an FCC thing, and there's nothing you can do about it. So there you go. Once I have
you got over it.
Yeah, I got over it. Once I have
Why would that bother you at all?
I don't know. It's just it really bothered me when I was a kid when I figured it out. And I'm like, are they saying WRRB? It really. I'm like RRV. Those are like jagged, like hard rock letters. That's when you guys were. This was I almost made my first faux pas. It's back when you guys were playing alternative rock. I'm sorry.
Get out of the way.
I'm sorry. I can't help it. But yeah. So I'm surprised that. I mean, I know we've talked outside of the show before, or in the community, and I know. I guess we're no threat. Podcasts are no threat to terrestrial radio right now, that I can tell. I don't know, but it's weird having like Mike Colvin. We were talking about how you're like one of the you're the only I think like current like on the air radio personality that we've had here. So it's going to be interesting just talking about your take on radio. Plus, you're a lot younger than the other guys that I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I started radio 2001. I started interning over at PDH, where you guys are, and it was different then. And all the older guys still see it as different. And I'm just curious your take on the industry. I know. I'm throwing them at you.
I'm certainly not a spokesperson for radio. My take on how radio is doing?
Yeah, I'm curious.
People listen. People are still listening. I think digital is a huge component now, and internet, and definitely podcasts too. I mean, we do similar things. I mean, I've always been a fan of your guys' show. I've watched. So no, I don't know. It's
very few guests do.
Really?
Yeah, they just come on and they're like, yeah. So I listened to like 10 minutes of last week's, just to see what I'm getting into. And it's just like, you do realize like 5 minutes after that we could have been talking about horrible, horrible, horrible things that you don't want to associate with.
Yeah.
Or if they watch Monday morning, the Monday that they're supposed to come on the show, they watch in the morning and then realize it's not for them and cancel on us.
Yeah.
Which has never happened.
I thought about canceling today. I was like, what a dick move would it be if I called like a half hour before? I was like, I can't.
We've had some where we've been like sitting here waiting on the person. They're like, yeah, I can't make it.
Ooh, sorry.
Yeah.
Something came up. But no, I really don't think I could speak to how well radio is doing. I think that's like every station's different. Everything's so different now.
I think radio in the Hudson Valley has always been kind of like a big thing anyway.
Yeah.
Like, this has been a very radio listening community. I know that sounds kind of strange, but
well, not really. Think about it.
The participation alone in like Roofathon, for example, for the past however many years before before the internet really took a big cut out of the listenership, that was insanely popular. People would just show up
and hang out there all day.
Hell yeah, man! We used to hang out there for hours just seeing what was going on.
Me personally, like I have iTunes, right? Like I can stream on iTunes, but I get like no service just about anywhere. So there's always the good old radio there. And we're local, and we do a lot in the community. We do a lot with charity. We still give people great experiences, too. Yeah. So we're here.
We've talked shit before, and
we're going to talk some more shit tonight. Just wait until I get drunk.
But in the end, yeah, all that's true. It's just like, you can't, like, it's fucking... I dislike radio, but on a more, commercial.
Same way I hate being a mechanic, kind of.
Yeah, on a more commercial scale. Like I dislike the upper management version. The upper management of it, where they decide the hits. Like you've seen the movie Airheads, you have to if you're in radio. you know, how come if he's got the CDs and he's like, all these bands are fucking great. Why don't you ever play them? He's just like, because if they're so great, why aren't they burning up the charts? Because you don't fucking play them. So that always annoyed the shit out of me about, you know, just people from, I don't know, California coming up with a playlist for what's going on, you know, on the East Coast and vice versa. And I don't know. I don't know how exactly.
I wonder how true that is now, though.
Yeah.
Because now they can just look at iTunes numbers and go off of that.
And what's trending.
This is all conjecture.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there.
It doesn't happen here. So,
so
what you're saying does happen. There are people that do that. There are stations that do that. I mean, it is a corporation. So, but it doesn't happen in our building.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
So who decides? You don't have to give
I want
me a name.
I want a name.
I mean, you could find it all online.
I know who it is.
Yeah, you know. So.
I want to thank him for letting you come on.
Yeah. Just watch mouths. But
yeah, said person is always just like, maybe someday. And never comes on. But I get it. It's got a lot going on.
We're all busy.
Yeah.
So what? You brought a couple things on the show. I don't know why I'm not like I'm out of it today. I'm not my usual like.
Yeah, I usually have like 15 minutes to get myself settled.
Yeah.
So I also don't want you to think that we're just rolling into the combative part.
I didn't expect there to be any combative part. I'm so confused.
Glad you listened last week.
I missed that one. I was like, there's a dildo on the table. It's gotta be. It's gonna be peaceful.
Yeah.
I believe the term old media was thrown around.
Old media. Okay.
So what got you into radio? Because I know what got me into radio, and then radio got me into this. But
well, I was working for an insurance company. I was like an assistant underwriter, and I hated my life.
All right, this is a good question.
I did that.
What is an underwriter?
What's that?
What is an underwriter?
I was assistant, so I was basically going through like all these policies. I would give it to the underwriter, who would then look at all of their liabilities and all that. And I was just working in a cubicle. It was just miserable. But so I'm not from here. That's why you make these like references about people and stuff from the radio from 20 years ago. I have no clue who you're talking about. But so I'm from Michigan, and I worked in Detroit at this insurance company, and this lady worked part-time for the radio station, and it just kind of got me interested in it, and thought I started in promotions just like most people.
Yeah. The road crew.
Setting up. I was a roadie, and then I ended up working three part-time on-air jobs just to even get that's something.
That's what you do.
Yeah. I was producing a morning show. I was doing weekends at one local station, and then I was working in Detroit still. But it was all like 3 different markets, but very close together. So I was able to commute in there, and then got a full-time job in Albany doing promotions, and now I'm here.
Yeah.
So
it's the natural radio voice. I think that's what really
I don't
helped
think
you
so.
out. You're just I don't know what you I can't remember what you said before we went on air, and as I was walking around to go to get ice for the Bloody Marys that you brought, I just said in my head, I'm like, this fucker just talks normally, like he's
can't turn it off.
You do have a good radio voice. Yeah.
Huh?
He does have a good radio
voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know guys. I won't say his name.
No, don't.
He actually turns it on. Like when he's on, when the on-air light comes on, so does his radio voice. It's kind of it's fun to listen to. It's a little creepy.
I think you instinctively do it, and then if you don't work your way out of it, you're stuck there forever.
Maybe.
Because if you go back and episode 6 is the first full episode that we put up of this, we sound totally different. We sound uncomfortable. We sound like we're practicing.
Oh, I gotta go back and listen now. I really.
Yeah, everyone, don't
eight?
do that. They're still up, but don't do that. Yeah, I'm just drinking a half a bottle of bourbon on the show and yelling about. Oh.
What was that?
Okay, the power just went out.
No, so we're okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine because the washing machine was on, which is good because it was starting to annoy me, and I had my space heater on over here, but it's all on a separate circuit. so it's just the lights.
Yeah,
We're
okay.
Hang on.
All right,
Okay.
so now we're in the dark. So you're going to keep... Is it that the washer was on? You go turn it off before it kicks it again. All right, so patreon.com/deadradiopodcast. Get us a legit studio someday that's not in Ryan's basement.
They know it's live now.
Yeah. Yeah. We do not edit this show, by the way. So everyone will
This is
hear
all
that
gonna
and
be in
see
it.
that. But
That's
that's
the
pretty
beauty
funny.
of it. No, because I had the space heater on and the washing machine going. I thought it'd be fine, but it's not.
Yeah.
But anyway.
The joys of owning a 50-year-old house.
So you just kind of fell into radio.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. You didn't have.
He
like,
wanted to do
a-
it since we
like
we
I
were
had like
young.
a boyhood dream.
Really?
Of doing radio, and then I saw that corporate side and
I think you-
getting yelled at.
I
at
think
the
what
top-
you-
by Mark
yeah.
Cooper at the top of his lungs for fucking up some bit that he was trying to do because he was so stressed out that they were going to fire him because their ratings weren't so great after the last quote unquote book went out.
I'm sure they've...
So I was just like, ooh, this is terrifying shit. And, being an on-air personality, that's what I was going for. And then I fell into the engineering side after the fact. But that's, I was listening to Opie and Anthony and Howard Stern, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. It's just like a hangout.
I mean, it's stressful.
Then you find out it's work.
It's it's work, and that side is very stressful. But I feed off that stress personally.
It's
like I love the negative. I really do.
Well, I don't like being stressed out, but I can handle it at work. If I'm at work and stressed out, I could deal with it and it's fine. But when I get home, that's when I freak out. And when I'm stressed and I'm home, that's when I start getting angry.
I have... I get like this crippling anxiety and the inability to start working on stuff when I'm stressed out.
Yeah. That's
like today, I find myself, it's like, what am I doing? I need to stop doing this and go do the thing that I'm stressing out about, and then it'll be over someday. But yeah, so it's like, especially now that I have more freedom and I do more different things, I like take on too much because I'm finally doing shit I want to do. But yeah, I can't be in a place where someone tells me, I want you to do this.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine if it's like a job that's just a task, but they're like, I want you to do this creative endeavor this way. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I guess my roundabout question is like,
nobody's told me anything like that.
That's probably because of your current boss.
I mean,
I'm going off of stuff that I knew because I knew a lot of people that were like, there are very few people that are still there that worked there in 2004. 2005, which is when I really started to know people that worked there. So I'm just basing it off of the environment that, of how radio was. And, you'd be kind of like the sounding board for people like, I got to do this shit now. So you kind of have a little bit more freedom now.
I could give you no comment to how things were. Wasn't there. How things are. I love what I do.
That's awesome.
And I love where I'm at. And I love the people that I work for, even as you're saying, as high as it goes. I feel valued. I feel valued every day.
That's cool. That's awesome.
So I'm not sure what culture was.
Maybe it's smoothed out over the years.
Well, it's like two companies ago.
And I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to really sugarcoat anything. I'm trying to change any kind of stigma.
No, that's good because from where
we had Mike in here, still bitching about it 20 years later.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good that it's changed, and maybe they saw that they had to pivot, or it wasn't going to work for forever, But that's good.
Yeah, because in our time it was our time when I was
I was an intern
when I was there actively working, road crew and everything, and just saw everybody. It was just no one getting paid, no one getting appreciated, everyone getting overworked, just negative, everybody like freaking out, upset. Then again, 2 companies ago, or 2 companies ago. So I got that view and that notion of the business. And I was like, well, fuck this. I don't want any part
we
of
were
it.
just listening to Opie and Anthony bitch every day.
Oh yeah, too. That was like that's the other thing too. Like you get all that negative. Like if you're hearing only negative, then that's that rings. I don't know. You kind of feed on that sometimes. Like sometimes that negativity, I'm like, oh yeah, fuck. What's the dirt?
Fuck
what's
corporate.
the dirt? Yeah, fuck corporate. Let's burn it all down.
Yeah.
I'll make my own radio station
in my basement.
Well, that's what you guys did. I mean,
well, yeah.
you,
We don't have 50,000 listeners
it's going
yet.
great.
But
do we have 50? Do we have 50?
Yeah, not right now. The YouTube
50
is
minus 48.
Yeah, YouTube is YouTube's not really where it's at. We're not Joe Rogan yet. We can't get 20, and even he, like his numbers for his downloads, 1% of that is YouTube.
Yeah.
So nobody's really watching long form. Maybe somebody will have it in the background at their desk at work, but they're not watching it.
Because if we're going to compare this podcast to any podcast, it's definitely the Joe Rogan experience.
Yeah.
It's definitely that kind of high. It's very high energy and
yeah, we just
we're
talk about
very
all our
intelligent.
accomplishments.
Yep, we're very accomplished people.
Today he was saying that he gets high and he likes getting really paranoid because he's so successful that he doesn't want to feel like he's better than everyone. Like he doesn't ever want to get to the point where he's like, I'm doing way better than everybody else, so I must be better than them. So he likes to get super high and take edibles and like go to the airport and freak the fuck out because it grounds him. So it's like, this motherfucker literally said, I need to take drugs because I'm too successful. That's crazy. But if I had his energy.
Hope to be there one day.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
What's the deal with the worst interview ever series? Because I had seen that when you first came onto WRRV. But this was when you were at GNA up in Albany?
Yeah, it was the before. Yeah.
This dude sits down with Toby Keith. Now, I need to know. So he has this series, and it's... Explain it real quick.
I was basically just acting like an idiot in interviewing these big celebrity, these big country stars. Just asking them stupid questions. It was supposed to be like I was pretending to be an intern.
Yeah.
Very unprepared. It's kind of like a cross between, if I had to describe it, it's like a mix between in between Two Ferns and the Chris Farley show.
That's awesome.
It was, the Chris Farley
I try to
show,
make it I just try to make these people as uncomfortable as humanly possible. And
they didn't know, they weren't in on the joke.
There was a couple, I think, that, well, after a while they were catching, like they were talking about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you saw the one with Trent Harmon from American Idol.
No.
I ended up meeting him.
I watched the Toby Keith one, and I'm watching Toby Keith's face the whole time. I'm like, this motherfucker is not prepared for this. This is off the cuff shit. Nick is doing this with a straight face, and Toby's like, "What is happening right now?"
He was he was watching women's volleyball the Olympics. The Summer Olympics was on. We were in his trailer. He wasn't even looking at me half the time. He was just watching women.
Oh, so you were like on location.
It's fucking
it was before a show, and but I ran into Trent Harmon later, and he's like, "Dude," he's like, "We all watch these." He's like, "It's like we see who's the worst," and so after a while they were catching on, and I had to be. Just then it kind of got lame. That's when I kind of stopped because then it becomes like scripted. They try to out funny it.
Yeah,
because they want to be in on the joke. So
is it something you'd ever consider revisiting?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like I feel like it's just
You know what you'd have to do? You'd have to get interns for the morning show if you don't have any already. I'm sure you do. You're big and famous, and have them do it.
Yeah.
Like I would write down prepared shit for them, and then have them do it, so that you have an ever rotating,
like when they had
group of
Sam fucking interview Rob Zombie with prepared questions. You didn't hear that one?
No, I didn't hear that one.
It's like what? So this is way back. Opie and Anthony, one of their interns. He was a big fan of Rob Zombie, and they gave him questions like, is it really hard to get all the dust off of you after performances? Just to make him mad so that Rob Zombie would dislike him. Yeah, so that might be a fun tactic.
He's a pretty nice guy. I mean, he pretends to be.
Yeah. I haven't met him.
No,
You've probably met a lot of celebrities.
Yeah, I
huh?
met him at the Palace Theater in Albany. It was like one of the best shows I've ever been to. Like I was dying to go to that show. I was fifth row. I actually got on stage.
Yeah.
And if you go on I have like a picture like this far from him. He invited everybody on stage, and I'm like, because I'm like fifth row. He's like, everybody get on the stage. And I'm like, all right, this is this is a lie. The first row is probably prepped.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And that's just they're gonna go up there, and that's it. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'll walk up to see what
far
this
you
is
get,
about. I got to the steps, and I'm like, well, no one stopped me yet. Then I started to climb the steps, and this old security guard's just like, I'm not, because people were flooding the stage. I got on it. The thing was about to collapse, and he's telling us like the stage is gonna collapse. I'm like, this it was pretty bad. We had to like sit down, like crisscross applesauce, because people were jumping up and down, and this thing was gonna just shatter. So it was very cool. But no, I met him before. Really nice. That's like one of my. I have. He signed my House of 1,000 Corpses DVD, and I think my Sinister Urge vinyl. So
very good.
Cool.
So
I saw John 5 was just in Poughkeepsie.
Where?
His guitar play. He was at the Chance.
Oh. Oops.
I should start just scrolling through. Like every once in a while, I'll go, you know what? I should check out, because I said to him on the show, I was like, Sponge is coming to the Chance. You want me to try and get an interview? And he's like, yeah, okay. And we got it, and they let me film on stage. So that was awesome. We haven't had anyone that famous since.
Because we haven't tried.
Because we haven't tried. No, I've tried. We
tried for Lewis Black and
Lewis Black, Jim
Top.
Gaffigan, Carrot Top would be so good.
Is he
Weird
come
Al
around here a lot?
Weird Al, that was it.
Weird Al.
No. Wait, did you try?
No. I was thinking Weird Al too when he said that.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, Weird Al, they basically said no thank you. But it's pretty amazing how like you can get pretty close to reaching out to people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean they're just people when it comes down to it. Like if they have a half an hour to fucking waste before the show, they might do it.
Yeah, and if they're a little insane or don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I think Sponge was in the don't give a shit category.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, sweet, come on over. And it was like
we brought them beer.
They're like hang out, eat, whatever. They were totally cool.
Yeah.
And
yeah, they seem like cool dudes. I think one of the guitar players is instructor at like where I went to college back in Ann Arbor.
Oh, okay.
So like part-time music teacher,
Yeah.
So you did bring some goodies with you.
Yeah, I feel like listen, I said I've watched before and listened. I feel like you would have done the old beer conversation long ago.
Well, it's because the beer that I brought to do it for is not cold.
Oh.
So this is a filler beer. This is just alcohol.
Yeah, this is like
but we can do it. We can do it for your Bloody Marys.
Yeah, this is Adam's equivalent of waiting for the Uber.
Yeah.
It's what are you drinking?
Yeah, some episodes we don't even do it.
No?
Like we just forget, and I just drink the whole time, and then we never get to it.
The interesting guests, you don't have to do it.
Yeah,
the ones with.
Well, this can be. I mean, it can be a time waster. You know, if we're having some trouble, and after everybody like the show is that last, maybe not the last half. Let's say the middle half an hour, I think, is usually the best bit of the show, and then sometimes it goes off the rails at the end.
That's good.
Well,
I was afraid of me being on here. I would just be one giant time waster.
No.
Why?
I don't know.
You do this every day.
Yeah, but
yeah, and that's the other thing.
Except for here, you can say shit.
Fuck, piss. Say it.
I don't know. I feel so weird saying it. Poop. Pee. I really try to not say it because, like, just in life now, because, like, I am the kind of person I have come dangerously close to saying it on the air. And it's just like, ooh, gotta catch myself. I just find if I don't do it, the temptation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about, we got offered a spot on VKR, the Vassar radio station. I was like, I don't know if we can do that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. And then we never pursued it.
Well, we could. We'd be just hitting the fucking dump button all day.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, it'd be fun. We can keep a tally on how many times we had to hit the dump button. At the end, we can read the number, and everybody gets a good laugh, and we go home. It would be fine.
We wouldn't be able to do this show because, well, first and foremost, I can't drink there. So
I mean, you can.
You can't. I was gonna say, can or you won't.
Also, can't carry a gun there.
Yeah.
So
Again,
that's 2
can
strikes.
or you won't.
Well, one would be a misdemeanor. The second one's a felony. So yeah.
When we did some interviews for Creator Fest last year, like the entire time, just waiting to get to do our segment, I'm like, don't curse, don't curse, don't curse, don't curse. And it's okay. Once when I know I can't, I'm actually pretty good at censoring myself. But that also adds for more ums and you knows.
Yeah.
Added
Well,
into
those. I mean, the thing with those, you were definitely worrying too much because they were pre-recorded.
Yeah,
So,
I know, but still. No, the one was live in the morning.
It was live. It was like 3 minutes behind or whatever. We were recording the interview during the commercial.
Oh.
Yeah. Because you called someone by the wrong name, remember?
Oh yeah. I'm not good. I'm not good at this stuff. I never claimed I was
I'm
good.
not good with names either.
I'm doing it, but I'm not good at it.
Ricky, I'm bad with names myself. I'm not good.
Come on, let's do this.
Yeah?
You're the
Am I
bartender.
poor? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm supposed to tell you what it is, right?
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
want me to go first?
Yeah. Guests first.
This is Hell of a Bloody Mary mix. Where's the camera? Right there?
Straight. Yeah, just straight ahead.
And what this is actually my hometown of Hell, Michigan. Not exactly my hometown. I like to say that.
It's
You
fine.
just like to say you're from
better, 'cause
Hell.
it's cool.
How far
Yeah.
out?
Like 10 minutes.
No, that's
5-10 minutes.
That's like when people who live in, Hyde Park say they're from Poughkeepsie. Just so that people will know.
Or if they live in the Arlington and it's actually Poughkeepsie.
Or if it's like, where I'm Novi, it's like Detroit. Any Metro Detroit. Like, I'm from Detroit. But no, so I'm like 10 so I'm like 10 minutes from this place called Hell. Stupid little town. It has it has a bar called the Damn Site. It has a post office because people like to mail things from Hell. So stupid. And it has I think it has like a party store or a liquor store as they call it up here. Right?
They call them party stores in
Yeah.
Hell?
You know what? I had to say that because people don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's called a party store because you can get like a ton of stuff, right? It's you. I don't know.
I've never heard the
You never
term
heard it?
party store. Like,
No,
like,
I imagine,
party
like-
store is better.
For me, I
For
imagine
sure.
like there's a business around here called Party City that's now went under, but it was a place that sold like balloons and Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's none of that. It's just like almost like a gas station. They'd have at a gas station and booze. So I don't know. I feel like they're way more lax with giving out liquor licenses.
I'm an ice guy with my
In
Bloody
Hell?
Mary.
In Hell. But anyway, so they make this Bloody Mary mix. I love it. I think it's way better than the other stuff you get at the stores. So
Yeah,
I'll shake it up a little bit though.
Throw some ice in mine.
Do it? I got tongs. Do you care if I use my hands?
I don't care. Go for it.
So
It's fine.
Because I'm not a big beer drinker, but I'm really not a big drinker at all. But
He just has
you
to say
more
that
of a-
because he's a
more of
radio
a-
personality.
Yeah.
no, I really
I've seen him out and about. He's more of a cocaine guy.
not anymore. Well, I guess I don't have a. I mean, how much do you want? Because you also can't drink beer. You said right?
No,
That's
I
why
cannot.
I was conscious. I was
Yeah.
trying to be a good guest.
Let me watch it.
How much you want? You say when?
All right, so. Okay, good.
A little more, just to.
Okay, good. And
I think
yeah,
it's gonna
more of the
need more
Bloody
mix.
Mary. Yeah, definitely more
Yeah,
Bloody
I
Mary.
figured
mix.
I'd pour that in first.
And
I'm
I
not a mixologist.
Yeah, about an inch from the top should do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good
right there.
Bloody Mary should be about 50-50 with a lot of ice.
That was the
It's kind of spicy, though.
I brought
all right?
extra hot sauce because I'm a hot sauce guy. I like spicy.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. I have local hot sauces too. At least one.
it's
You have
literally
one
called
of
Do you
local
want
hot
some?
sauce.
Do you want some?
I'm gonna try just a sip of his because
Okay.
I hate Bloody Marys. But that's not your fault. You didn't know that.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
I just don't like
but
tomato juice.
I love so in this.
There's a guy came in the other day. He's like, "Can I have a tomato juice with ice?" And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna watch you for the rest of the time that you're fucking here."
He's got his hand in his hip.
It's not like tomato juice though.
That's good. Yeah.
You know. And there's this local bar.
Oh, that's really good.
Where my parents.
Ooh,
used
it's really spicy.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
see the bottle.
I feel like I could drink that if I was in a certain hungover mood.
It's called Smitty's Hell of a Bloody Mary mix. created in Hell, Michigan.
I think they even have a spicier one. I think they have 2 different ones.
There's
Not
beef
sure.
stock in this. Fuck yeah.
That was
Ooh.
my mom's secret to her.
Should I was going to say, should I have asked if you're a vegan? Or vegetarian?
Well,
I didn't even notice. I've never read
it's
it.
fine.
What's the name of it? Smitty's?
Smitty's Hell of a Bloody Mary mix. It wow, they got a ton of shit in here. Tamarind. That's interesting.
But it's good, right?
Yeah, it's delicious. It's got it said dill.
I didn't want to write all that, so I just put Smitty's with
I'll
so
figure
you
it out.
you
But you got to say hell of a Bloody Mary.
Hell of
because
a.
that's like their shtick.
It's good. There's a slight like sweetness to it. So I'm gonna put more hot sauce in it. This is Melinda's habanero. I'm a hot sauce.
But there's this bar where my parents live now, and every Sundays they have a Bloody Mary bar. It's awesome.
That's cool.
You
Well,
can
you
put
just
like
build your own?
Yeah, you pay $5, and you get like just you get a glass with the vodka in it, and then you just have a buffet style. Like you got olives,
That's a cool
beef
idea.
jerky,
Fuck
beef
yeah.
jerky. You ever thrown beef jerky?
Hell yeah,
in there?
I'll throw whatever in there. I'll throw a
Yeah.
T-bone steak in my fucking Bloody Mary.
You ever
I
see
like,
the
I
one
like
that
to
it's
eat-
got like a fucking half a pineapple and a cheeseburger?
yeah. Yeah. I like to eat my Bloody Mary.
Yeah, it's amazing. So
This is good. I like it.
and they carry this. So, but yeah,
Not there.
I've never been a Bloody Mary kind of guy.
I was on what flight? I'm pretty sure it was from here to Paris with Brooke when we went to Europe, and we're sitting there. It's Air France. And we're sitting there, and I'm just like I'm looking at everybody sitting down, and I see the drink cart coming, and I see this elderly couple like 80, and I'm like, please order tomato juice. Please order tomato juice.
or clamato.
Yeah, clamato.
And then, like, the woman orders. I can't hear them. I'm watching. And all of a sudden, that fucking flight attendant comes up with 2 cans of tomato juice, pours them in a glass, in cups, and puts them right in front. No vodka, nothing. I was just like, in my head, I'm like, holy shit. And then all of a sudden, I feel Brooke nudge me and go, you see these motherfuckers just drinking straight tomato juice? Yeah. Okay.
What's wrong with a little V8? Come on.
It wasn't even V8. It was like Campbell's soup in a glass. It was fucking gross. I never
you
understood
gotta be some
that.
kind of psycho to just
No
drink tomato
salt,
juice.
no pepper, nothing. Just straight up.
Yeah.
Can't imagine the heartburn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we use V8 in our Bloody Mary mix.
Ugh, so gross.
I don't know. Unless I've never made it.
I've also
Somebody else
never
preps it.
had a Bloody Mary past like 6 p.m. Actually, that's not true. I would say 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Yeah.
It's a morning drink.
Yeah, once it gets past brunch, I'm not doing it anymore.
Well, I'm glad your first was Smitty's hell of a Bloody Mary mix.
So
you can feel free to make yourself one if you want.
I really am not much. No, for real. I kind of drank a little bit yesterday because it was St. Patrick's Day, but I don't know. The problem with me is I'd have one glass, the bottle's going next.
Oh yeah, you one of those?
Well, with almost anything, really.
Excess.
Yeah,
I
excess.
like it. Yep.
It's one of my vices, excess of
Yeah,
everything.
excess everything.
I'm trying to find something to productive to channel that in, but it's I can't. I haven't yet.
Do you get bored? Do you get
social
bored
media
quickly?
addiction, I guess.
Do you get bored quickly? That's what I find.
Yeah.
So the excess
Probably.
thing helps
Yeah.
sometimes.
Well, I mean,
I'm fucking bored. I need a drink or something else.
just binge everything.
Yeah.
You
right.
know, everybody binges it, from TV to everybody binges something. Me, I binge on everything. That's the problem. So I mean, food too. That's the problem. I thought he said he had a pizza emergency.
I did.
So I thought he was bringing pizza.
Pizza emergency?
It wasn't a pizza emergency. It was a pizza. How did I put it? Pizza-related complication.
So I was like, man, he's bringing pizza.
No,
I'm going to eat this whole freaking pizza. And I'm going to drink all this booze. It's going to be a bad night. Because I can't have like one,
Yeah,
Can you have one slice of pizza? Like, honestly, can you have one of anything, of food?
No. No, certainly
I'm not
not.
like crazy.
I need extra.
That fucking gluten-free tart thing
Tart thing.
for your birthday.
Oh yeah,
I couldn't eat that whole thing.
I ate the whole thing, and
You
was
didn't eat
just-
the whole thing. I ate some of it.
You ate some of it, but if
Yeah.
you didn't eat that some, I
You
would
would
have
eaten the
eaten
whole
it anyway.
thing.
Yeah.
He was like offering me more, and I couldn't do it.
Brooke asked me. She's like, "Do you wanna get something to share?" No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I had like 3/4 of an ice cream cake to myself.
Yeah,
on my
yeah.
birthday.
Oh God.
Fuck yeah.
And I'm like stuffed, but I'm like I'm not gonna get one till next year. So I'm like just shoveling it down my mouth.
On the way home the other night, we stopped at there was a Stewart's on the way, and all I could think about was Stewart's ice cream. And I
Yeah.
couldn't decide, and I had my hands.
They do
on,
have the best peanut butter chocolate ice cream.
Oh, with the swirl in it. Ah, it's like
It
candy.
is good stuff. I like their mint cookie crumble.
I haven't had
That's
that
a
one.
good one.
Can't have that.
No.
It's got cookies in it.
Yeah, he's the gluten,
No.
the gluten.
But I had my
Intolerance.
hand on a half gallon, or is it the cardboard boxes are half gallons, right? Yeah, those are half gallons. I don't know, or gallons. They're half gallons. I had my hands on a box of ice cream.
Yeah, probably because a pint's the round one.
And I was like, I looked over at the pints. They had the same flavor in the pint, and I grabbed the pint because I knew that fucker was going. That whole thing was going down. I was gonna
Half
storm
gallon of
right
ice
through it.
cream?
Oh yeah, we were going home. Brooke and I had just come
I could do a
from,
pint, but I gotta like call in sick the next day.
We had just come from Sloop, where we were hanging out for her birthday on Friday, and on the way home there was a Stewart's, and I had that in my hand, and I'm like, this whole fucking thing's going down. If I get a pint, it's going away, but I'll have nothing else to reach for after it's done. So I got that, sat on the couch, and ate the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Within like 15 minutes.
When I first moved here, because I lived pretty close to a Stewart's, I would walk to that Stewart's. They had like this key lime. I would eat like a pint every day.
Mm-hmm.
They forced that on you. Would you like a hand-packed pint? Yes, I would. And I was like trying to justify because I'm like, well, I walked here. I'm like,
We walked.
I did walk here, and now I got to walk home.
Burned
so-
180 calories
Yeah.
walking here. This is only 1,000.
I did not burn 180. I probably burned like 20.
Their cotton candy
yeah.
is the jump off. It's the best.
Yeah.
Have you had their cotton candy
No.
one?
I have not.
It's awesome. It's really, really good. You got to try it.
I love their iced coffee. I don't
Stewart's
know if I can say
iced
that
coffee?
here. Can I say that here?
I mean, you can. No one's gonna.
I'm not
agree with
comparing
you.
it to yours. I'm just saying.
I'm not a fan of our iced coffee.
Really?
To be honest,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
I like
had
our
last
our
two
cold
t-
brews.
The last 2 times I've
What's that?
been to Crafted Cup, you don't have the nitro. And I
We
yeah,
had
that's 'cause
a
of technical difficulties.
Yeah, we had technical difficulties with our new system, so we're good now.
That's a lie. That's probably a lie.
No,
It
it's definitely true. Do you have any idea how many nitro tanks have been hooked up and then just been dead in a couple of days?
Yeah, we had a leak
Yeah.
somewhere, so we had to tighten up some screws, and now we're back.
Okay, that's not some diplomatic answer that.
No,
we
it's all-
literally
it's
didn't
all- it's
have any
perfectly
nitrogen
honest.
left in the system.
The other day,
So-
I sneezed in all the cream cheese containers and wrapped them up anyway.
Because I'm like,
That's
okay,
not true
you don't have
at
it
all.
one day, I get it. Day 2, I don't know. Then the third time,
Yeah,
Come
it
on
was
now.
it was just seriously a lack of nitrogen.
yeah,
And a lack of our owner being in town.
Yeah,
it actually has nitrogen in it. What?
It's
What
like
is-
yeah, we
that's
get,
I mean,
nitro.
I thought it was because it's like a branding thing. Like
No,
it's
that's-
well, we use
nitrous.
no,
We
it's,
use
you know
nitro-
how Guinness has the same cascade effect? That's because it's nitrogen.
Oh, okay.
So
We
we
use
use
nitrogen instead
we
of
use
CO2.
nitrogen to on the taps to pull the cold brew, to force it through the taps. Cold brew. And now the nitro, it's like an infuser, right?
Yeah, we have a new system, and this is kind of inside, but it'll answer your question. Like to make nitro cold brew, all you have to do is pressurize the tank, very high pressure nitrogen. It's not that, it's like 35 psi or something. I don't know the exact number, but you pressurize the tank for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And then the nitrogen will infuse into the cold brew. Then you have this little plate, like when you're at a bar and you've got the Guinness and they pull the thing completely over like 90 degrees and you can like let go. That's a nitrogen. It's actually called a diffuser, I think.
Oh.
Because it knocks it out of suspension, and that's how you get that cascade effect, and makes it creamy.
Tiny bubbles.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
put
didn't
a
know.
new system in that's a nitro on-demand system, so you can pump regular cold brew through this system, and it infuses it instantly. when we installed that system, there was a leak. So a week later, we were out of nitrogen. Then we put a new thing on, and then a week later, we're out of nitrogen again. It's supposed to last like a month.
Yeah.
So then the leak got worse, and we hooked it up a couple days later. It was totally empty, and then at that point, Tanner was on vacation.
Yeah, he was in another country.
And
so
I wasn't messing with it. So
yeah, no one wanted.
It's very hard to find leaks on these systems because it's a leak that'll make your nitrogen leak out in a couple of days is so small. So small. You have to spray everything with soap and then just watch it for like 20 minutes sometimes and try and find that little bubble.
Are you a nitro coffee connoisseur?
I mean, no. I just need like that. I feel like I need that. I thought it was. Does it not have any more caffeine than like a regular?
Well, it's the same as the regular.
Because I'm
cold
thinking
brew.
like nitrous, like
Nah.
C4.
Well,
explosion.
Honestly, it doesn't
It's
have as
gonna have
much caffeine as the cold. It has the same amount of caffeine as the cold brew. However, our cold brew has a shitload of caffeine in it.
Yeah. So it's going to be if the regular cold brew versus nitro, there's no difference in volume of caffeine per ounce.
But volume of coffee is
yeah.
you get
So the nitro, you could get a cold brew no ice, and you'd get the exact same amount. Because the way that he has it priced, the nitro is actually the same price as the regular cold brew because it's served with no ice. So you're basically getting a large and a small cup with no ice.
Okay.
So if we are out of nitro, you could just get a large instead of the medium, or you could get a medium with no ice.
But
they'll charge you for a large.
Our light roast has a shitload of caffeine in it.
Yeah, and that's made with the light roast.
And that's the light, and the cold brew method extracts as much caffeine, like most caffeine, I think. So our cold brew is a kick in the ass. So I love it. I think it's great. I've tried a bunch in the area, and every time I try it just to see, and ours is by hands down my favorite.
And much like Stewart's pushing the hand-packed pints, you guys are pushing the oat milk hard. Oat milk? Oat milk, right? Like, I guess I don't have a choice. Sure.
It was funny because we switched to oat milk. This is all. Hold on, we have a bumper for this. Hold on.
You have an oat milk
crafted cup.
Logistics on the air. Figuring out what to do with the show.
So this goes back to the 90s hacky radio. That's where we learned it from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of bumpers, a lot of
Weenie and the butt.
Is that Family Guy? Is that
Yeah. We got all kinds of stuff here. But
at Parks and Rec, it's the douche. You're on with the douche.
I lost my train of thought. I have no idea what I was talking about.
Was it Crafted Cup? You played the bumper.
Crafted Cup, logistics on the air.
Logistics, we were
pushing the oat milk hard.
Oat milk hard. Okay. We had a lot of people ask specifically for oat milk or coconut milk.
Yeah.
That's something else. But asking for oat milk instead of almond milk and this and that. So we actually found oat milk that steamed up similar to the almond milk and was tastier, in our opinion, to the almond milk. And
I've been pushing for a while.
Adam's
that
been
almonds are terrible for the environment.
Adam won't shut up about how the almonds are killing the world. So
how are almonds killing the world?
So a single almond. He's
just like, no.
Times, yeah. One single almond.
I'm sorry.
So one single almond requires a gallon of water to be produced by the tree.
Okay.
Right? Now, picture how many almonds are on a tree.
I wouldn't even.
It's at least 10,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just say 1,000. So that's 1,000. It's probably way more than that. He's gonna just Google it.
How many? All right.
So let's say it's 5,000 almonds. It's 5,000 gallons of water every year that tree needs. Where do they grow almonds? California. They've been in a drought for over a decade. How do you think they get that water there? In giant trucks.
Yeah.
Tractor trailer trucks, truck in oil to these places. They soak these trees. That's not, they don't do it in any kind of drip method. They seriously just with fire hoses fucking spray them because 10 years ago this wasn't as much of a problem. So they're band-aiding it. You can't move the trees. So you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. It's an industry that should be allowed to die.
40 pounds of nuts from one single harvest from a tree.
So it's got to be like 10,000.
Yeah. I actually was joking because I thought it was probably a lot more.
Let's say it's 10,000 gallons of water per tree. And then there's the fact that when they make almond milk, they grind it all up, they soak them in water, then they filter all the protein. Basically, you're getting some protein, some carbohydrates, and some sugars that come off of it. And then the rest of it is just discarded. They can't really do anything with it because animals won't eat it because they're so bitter.
So do you get the same amount of protein from this oat milk?
Yeah.
Because
No.
what are you no. Yeah.
No.
It's less protein.
It is. It's like
Well, it'd have
It's
to.
a lot higher
so
carbohydrate.
it's like if let's.
Well,
let's say-
I'm not talking about the
And then they said
nutritional.
that
I'm
we're
not talking about
supposed to
the
stay away
nutritional
from
value.
soy too, right? What are we supposed to drink?
So if you drink,
What are we supposed to drink? Damn it.
Breast
I
milk.
drink soy milk, but
Yeah.
I specifically go with Pacific, which we have at the shop, which is non-GMO. The only problem is it does have carrageenan in it, but I'm still on the fence as to whether or not that's actually bad for you. So there's studies showing either way. Basically, it depends on where the carrageenan and where the seaweed comes from. So
Soy
we're
gives-
getting kind of far off.
Soy gives me the bubble guts,
Yeah.
so I gotta stay away from it. I don't know
So-
if it's
and
got
the thing
anything
is,
to
like,
do
I'm
with-
not even gonna I'm obviously not tonight, but I'm trying to cut down on carbs, so I'm not gonna drink oat milk either. But I don't drink lattes. I just have a splash of milk in my coffee,
Yeah.
so it makes me feel a little bit better.
And so dairy, straight up dairy milk off the table. You
Yeah,
guys
I'm
won't- you guys won't
I'm
even touch
lactose
that.
intolerant, so I can't.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can have cheese as long as it's lactose free and that kind of thing. But I don't do cow milk. Not for any philosophical reason whatsoever. I'm against the idea that cows are bad for the environment. I think that there's a lot that could be done to better the dairy industry, but
Did you see that article from PETA about milk being racist? Did you see that?
Yeah, that they love to do things like that.
About, but did you see that? Did you see?
I
that
heard
article?
about it. I didn't read it.
Because they claim that like only Caucasians, like white people, can digest lactose. They digest it better than other races.
That's false.
that's
I
not
can't
true.
fucking digest milk for shit.
I can't either.
only 10% of the human population is not lactose intolerant.
Right.
But if you go to Stewart's every fucking day and you eat ice cream every day, your body gets used to it.
Yeah.
And you can deal with it. I used to be able to eat ice cream, do whatever the hell I wanted, and it was because I was like microdosing in my coffee. So if I had milk every day in my coffee, I'd get a little bit of discomfort, but when I have ice cream, it wouldn't kill me. Now, if I have 2 bites of ice cream, like, gotta call in sick to work the next fucking day. It's really bad. I'm suffering from a dinner that we had at the in-laws the other day. It's just because I forgot to take Lactaid.
What'd they make?
It was chicken parm.
All right.
Yeah. But they didn't use like fresh mozzarella. They used like the shredded stuff, which is fine, but it has processed cheese in it, which has lactose.
They're not white supremacists, are they? You never be too sure.
Adam's marrying into the white supremacy.
Let's say I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, Jesus. No, but going back to the almond milk protein, oat milk thing, it's like what protein is to almond milk, carbs are to oat milk. So if almond milk is 20 grams of protein, and 0 carbs, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
So like people are like, oh, the oat milk, blah, blah, is there a lot of sugar in that? I'm like, it says there's no sugar. However, there are 23 grams of carbohydrates per 8-ounce like pour, which is pretty much what you're getting. When I first got hired there, and Tanner showed me how to make a latte, and I saw the amount of milk that goes into a latte, I stopped drinking lattes.
Yeah,
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
it's
people-
all milk.
Yeah, people are like, can I have a latte with room for milk? I'm like, you don't know what a latte is. And that's fine. That's completely fine. But sometimes these are people who've been getting a latte every day for a decade.
Yeah.
And they don't know that it's just all milk. How do you not know it's all milk?
Every time somebody looks confused, I'm always like, I will answer
The
your
nitro
question.
thing I
Please let
can
me
get
answer your
because
question.
like at Dunkin' you can get a nitro shot.
Yeah.
And that's just espresso.
Turbo shot.
Turbo shot,
But
whatever
that's
the fuck it is.
I was really thinking
Yeah.
nitrous, like it'll give me
Yeah.
a little pick me up. I don't know. I'm so dumb to coffee too. I feel like New York is light years ahead of where I'm from. So my girlfriend,
Yeah, it's like the two coasts got it going on, and then it's
took
slowly working its way to middle America.
I took my girlfriend to meet my parents, back in Michigan, and she's like, "Where can I get a cup of coffee?
Cup of coffee.
Where can I get some coffee around here?"
Good
and I'm
girl.
like, "McDonald's? I don't." That's literally it. I took her to Tim Hortons, and she was not happy, and she was also shocked that they didn't have an alternative to milk. Like they only have dairy milk.
Yeah,
and I was surprised by that.
That is strange because they're a Canadian company.
Yeah, I'm surprised by any place that doesn't have some kind of substitute now. And now almond milk, you couldn't drink that if you have a nut allergy, right?
No,
so like
not if
what?
you have a tree nut allergy.
Yeah, so
that was
but
part of the
most-
other reason
most
I was
people who have
getting rid of
most
it
people
too.
who have a nut allergy aren't allergic to tree nuts.
Right.
It's mostly peanuts, legumes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but there are people that have a tree nut allergy. Like there is a customer that has a tree nut allergy. She lets us know every time. I would make sure to clean the pitcher really well and all of that in case there was almond milk in it. But she could have peanuts. Totally fine with that. It's just tree nuts.
So it's like the opposite.
Yeah.
She's like the blade.
Yeah.
She's like the
The blade of nut allergies.
Nut allergies. She's the day walker.
Got all of our strengths and none of our weaknesses.
Look around. I knew that joke would land.
Jesus Christ.
Whereas we had somebody who worked for us that couldn't have peanuts but was fine with tree nuts.
Who was that?
Justine.
Ah,
I work with her now at my other job, which is called Tomato Cafe, and I couldn't remember that.
All right. So,
Oh, wait.
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, go.
No, there's one more thing about coffee. Did you hear about that? Because I don't think this is the right platform for it. Like, I don't think it's the right company, but I love the idea. This coffee subscription that Burger King started. You pay $5 a month and you get a cup of coffee a day.
Oh.
That's a great idea because probably 20 days out of the month you're going to go in there, let's say.
Yeah. And you're going to get something else.
You're probably going to get something else. And coffee is really fucking cheap.
Yeah.
I mean,
If it was like,
especially if you're using the bullshit coffee they're using.
Yeah.
if we did something like that, I mean,
Ours would have to be like $20 a month.
Yeah, it really would.
But people would pay that.
Absolutely. I would definitely do that.
There's people that come in and order anywhere from a $5 to $6 drink every single day. Every single day, Monday through fucking Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes, that's all the days.
If they did that, then it'd be.
Do you think it'd have to be 20, or do you think you could do it for $9.99? Because I feel like once it gets over $10, people have this weird.
I feel like drip coffee, you definitely could.
Yeah, regular cup of coffee.
Drip coffee at
Hot or cold?
At our price point. Yeah, it would have to be just regular coffee or iced coffee.
Mm-hmm.
You'd need to do like a pilot program and see how many people would do it.
Well, two things.
Because I bet you if you hit the 31 day mark, he'd be losing money, but probably not a lot.
Yeah,
so if somebody's coming in 31 days and they bought like one pastry, you'd now be in the black.
Yeah.
But I mean, like coffee, the reason coffee costs so much is because the building that surrounds the coffee costs a lot to run. The coffee itself, $13.99 a pound, you buy it at a retail level. I mean, if you buy wholesale, 5-pound bags at a time, that only comes out to maybe $5-6 a pound. And a pound of coffee makes gallons and gallons and gallons of coffee. So if you do that math, you're like, why the fuck am I going here?
Right.
But then it's also like it costs money to rent the building, to have electricity, to pay employees, to do all this other stuff. So it's like a latte, I bet you the profit, and I don't know this off the top of my head, but I bet you the price point on a latte, the profit margin is much, much smaller than coffee because it's being offset.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's probably why Burger King we could just give away coffee for free and probably still make money.
Right. But like you said, people are going to go in there, or people aren't going to go every single day.
No. I bet you'd see like 20 days a month probably.
Or they're going to go, I got to go to Crafted Cup today because I want to use my
free
membership.
coffee.
And I know, knowing me, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to get a freaking bagel sandwich. So I think there's something to that. I don't know who the hell's going to Burger King for coffee.
Mr. Manager over here can maybe float the idea.
I wasn't listening. I was reading this article.
The coffee subscription thing.
Oh,
he's missing out on millions.
That's never gonna happen.
No,
it's just one more thing I have to train somebody on. It's never gonna happen. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I know when I worked at Starbucks, people went nuts for the points stuff. They were really into it. Like they would specifically go, if I add an extra shot, like that'll get me to a free coffee, so I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
It's like, but you just paid $3 for the what are you doing? Just if you didn't want the extra shot, why would you get it to get the free coffee? Why wouldn't you just pay for another coffee? So, but people kind of went nuts for it, and I just wish that we had some sort of like rewards program like that, because Square does have some things like that, but it's not specifically tailored to a coffee shop. So
people are all about rewards and couponing and.
Well, the way that Starbucks probably looked at it was, you have to load money onto this card. So we're getting your money now and giving you 2 cents worth of coffee later. We'd rather have the money now and have our numbers up this month.
Yeah, it's like that fire festival.
Yeah.
The what?
Jesus. You didn't hear about
documentary?
That?
You didn't see that documentary?
I haven't watched the documentary, but I followed
no.
it in the news. Yeah, there was these guys, they set up this thing. It's called a fire festival. It's like FYRE, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
The Ja Rule.
Yeah. Ja Rule was involved. They paid a bunch of Instagram models to say they were going to be there, and they promoted it. They sold a shit ton of tickets.
Oh, is that festival that it was like
people
a
were
piece of bread and a piece of cheese kind of thing?
People were fucking stranded
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It was really
I didn't
bad.
realize there was a name of
There's
the festival.
There's two documentaries. There's one on Netflix and one on Hulu.
I saw the trailer. I'm really excited to watch.
Oh, it's
because I have to know how the fuck that happened.
Yeah, and they were doing the same thing. They're just like, oh, you're going to upgrade it's like $3,000 now to get, an extra cot.
Yeah, they kind of did it like a Kickstarter campaign.
$3,000 to get you water.
Yeah, it was very very weird.
Yeah.
And all these people are just out their money. Yeah, the company went bankrupt. Like, people are gonna go to jail over it, but it's gonna take years. It's gonna take class action lawsuits, and because you're dealing with like international law, like nobody wants to prosecute that.
Yeah.
And
If that took place in the fucking Florida Keys, they'd already be in jail.
Yeah, and it started that whole thing about, can social media influencers be liable for promoting something that doesn't, you know what I mean? Like people who get screwed.
Yeah, I feel like they shouldn't.
Yeah,
I feel like you're paid to promote something. You're not culpable for You were. That's like.
Yep.
That's like me doing photography for a fucking hammer company, and then they don't fulfill their order, so I'm in trouble. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, or if you did an ad for Ford or GM and someone gets a car accident, it doesn't make sense. But yeah,
but I think that.
But I think what their point was, like, these people really have no clue, no idea what this fight. You know what I mean? You basically just cashed a check to post something that you did no research on, right? Because I imagine if you were going to endorse something, you'd be.
That's
not for them.
That's the thing.
They don't do that shit.
If you're Instagram,
they got their rented Ferrari and their rented house. And
if you're Instagram or YouTube famous, you're just gonna take it because that
I
shit
would
doesn't
take it
come
too.
Yeah, hell,
I would take it too.
fuck
I'd be like, I'm going to this party. You should go.
When's Starbucks gonna start? Sponsoring this show.
Yeah.
I'll take their money with a smile on my face. I don't give a fuck.
My favorite was that dude. Remember those commercials where it was just like, I'm sitting here in my garage with my Ferrari, but more importantly is these books. You remember that? You remember that?
No,
dude?
I don't.
I think it was Ty Lopez, and I'm like, who is this person? I think that was the first influencer that I really kind of knew. Like, this is a sham. Like, this is not real. There's no way.
I've never.
You've never seen that commercial? It was on like.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't follow any of these people, and I don't really watch. I don't watch television, so I don't see all these YouTube and Instagram personalities because as soon as I see Instagram personality, I immediately check the fuck out because, I'm most likely not interested. Because they're not selling what I'm looking for.
The only reason I know anything about this is because of Philip DeFranco. Because he reports on it.
Yeah, that's the thing. He had to tell me who the fuck that was.
Yeah, and
the
thing is,
he's pretty famous.
I even stopped watching his show recently because I don't have 12 minutes a day to devote to YouTube. Yeah, I'm already giving fucking Rogan 9 hours a week. That's all I got.
Yeah.
That's all I got. And at least I could do other stuff while I listen to Rogan. But so I kind of stopped. I don't really know anything about like the new shit that's happening.
I feel like it's noise too.
Yeah.
A lot of this shit's like there's so much noise that you almost can't weed out what's bullshit and what's not because there's so much of it that it's impossible. It's just constantly needle in a haystack type shit. I look all over. This is actually a good segue for something right before we're gonna take a break.
Heroes?
Oh yeah, like I look on YouTube to find people from the Hudson Valley that post videos and ridiculous shit, and I find a lot of stuff. I find a lot of strange birds out there, but they're part of this big just pile on when it comes to social media videos or YouTube videos, trying to get famous. I mean, we're culprits too, but everybody's allowed to post something, so then it's just everything's noise. So when they see something like that, this festival, they figure it's legit, even though it's not at all.
The only festivals that work out like that are the ones that fucking pay their dues, that start small. Try and do something that big the first fucking year with no experience, people are going to jail. Yeah,
like the Hudson Valley Tattoo Fest.
Yeah.
It's our first year doing it.
Yeah, last year. They ran our first year doing Creator Fest, which I think I chatted with you about. We had 27 booths and like 9 bands. And that was a lot for us to fucking handle. This year, we're going to up that a little bit.
Just a little.
These guys are doing like 200 booths in the Civic Center their first year.
Yeah. These fucking animals.
Yeah, Hudson Valley Tattoo Company. Good friends of the show. They were on last week.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll kill it.
I
think they will.
They bought commercial space on your radio station, so you should know all about this.
So they're gonna smash it.
Yeah, I think
love them.
Yeah, I think he said that they're probably going to be coming on at some point. I don't know whose show, but
I've heard. I mean, I'm familiar with it. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, like, I don't know them personally, but I don't have one. You guys got a bunch of tattoos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got this one.
It's a flaming arrowhead vagina eye.
This one. And I got this one.
Uh-oh.
And I got one on my back. And that's too much.
We were trying to, because the dead radio symbol, we did a show live from the tattoo, Hudson Valley Tattoo Company, and we were trying to get him to tattoo it like over his nipple.
Yeah,
so
like
his nipple would have been through the middle of the logo, and the artist Rick talked him out of it.
Yeah,
said you should not do that. It's gonna hurt a lot.
And that man has a tattoo on his penis.
Yeah, he does.
It's a lightning bolt, and I've seen it.
I imagine you'd have to look.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, he covered everything.
He
covered everything, but like just the tattoo.
Yeah.
So we've seen, like a little 1-inch patch of his penis.
Yeah, yeah. He did it live on the show.
Yeah.
Did he? In this chair?
Yeah.
Actually, I think we had like stools they were sitting on in the back. It was really awkward.
Yeah, we just covered up the cameras so nobody could see because
Yeah.
we didn't want to get booted. But yeah.
I don't have one tattoo. If I were to get one, it would be on the penis.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I mean, now it's going through my head. I might get one. Why not?
All right.
Like
well, I
on
know a
the
guy who can do
shaft?
it.
Not a lightning bolt because
On the
that's
shaft
I wanna
or
steal it.
like above it? Like something to
know.
read?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe like some cursive.
Maybe
like,
get the first chapter of A Tale of Two Cities, just like
verse.
right on your pubis.
Bible verse on there.
Yeah, that's
not?
even better. Corinthians or something.
Oh God.
All right.
Yeah,
so
that's.
I'll do a
I mean,
psalm.
that's a hell
I'll
of
do
a
a psalm.
move because then we had so many questions and I don't remember any of the answers. Because he said he did it like after hours in the shop. His girlfriend was there and he was just laughing the whole time, like he did it to himself.
Yeah.
And my thing is like, there's no way that you're gonna be erect while you're doing that. So does it change? Like when like it would obviously stretch and get bigger, but would it be like?
Why didn't he do a tree? He should have done a tree.
I don't know. Like I guess you gotta
That'd be
like
beautiful.
You're right. Right.
I guess
a
you gotta like
mighty oak.
I
Yeah,
guess you
I
gotta,
think
like,
he said
pull
he.
it
I
out.
think he said he like stretched it. I have to go back.
With your fingers, not as junk. The tattoo. How big's the tattoo? Is it small?
It was about this big.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe an inch and a half, right? It's like that big, right?
Wait, his dick or the tattoo?
The tattoo.
The tattoo was about
said
Yeah,
the
we didn't
disclaimer.
see his
it was
whole.
about
dick.
an inch long in total. The tattoo.
Yeah.
No offense, Rick.
Well, we didn't see like he like went like this, so you could only see
Yeah.
the tattoo. So I saw like some skin of his penis. Yeah, but apparently they've seen more than that. So
I'm just I'm looking at
penis tattoos?
You know, like Bible verses that are appropriate for.
I don't think there is one.
There's one.
I don't.
From Solomon.
Romans. Okay.
Solomon. Hold on. Where is it? I just had it. Solomon 8:10. I am a wall, and my breasts are like towers. I mean, that's for a lady.
Or a lady with a penis.
I mean, I don't want to. Yeah. Thus I have become, in his eyes, like one bringing contentment.
That
here we
is
go.
a really good one.
Here we go. Blow on my garden. That's that its fragrance may spread abroad. Solomon 4:16.
Okay.
That it may spread abroad.
That its fragrance may spread abroad.
May spread abroad.
Yeah, right above.
Yeah, that is a textbook double
That
entendre.
King Solomon, he was a wise, mighty king.
All right. So on that note, let's take a quick break. Let's regroup ourselves, and we're gonna come back with more Nick and some.
And big thanks to Mike Bleakley for watching live. What is this, 4 or 5 weeks in a row?
The guy is a soldier.
Yeah.
What can I say? Yeah, we're going to take a quick break. We're here with Nick Kessler. Do you like your last name being thrown about?
Fine. I don't have a fake name like a lot of other
like some
DJs,
people.
right? Like,
yeah, that was the mistake that was made the last time around.
You can check him out at Nick Kessler I am on Instagram. Freshly changed.
I just changed it because
you were changing it as I was trying to figure it out.
I didn't know you were. Forgive me, I didn't know there was research. But I'm just because I was going through a lot of the worst interview stuff, and I'm like, somebody actually told me like, do you want to be the worst? Like, do you ever want to be good at something? So I'm like, I'll just change the name, whatever.
Well, it's it used to be worst Nick ever, and then it was the real Nick Kessler, and then there was.
I've been in a little limbo. I don't know.
There was already the real Nick Kessler
Yeah.
with periods where spaces should be.
They beat me to it.
And now it's Nick Kessler I am on Instagram, as like Yoda would say it. If you want to check him out. Also, WRRV.com, 92.7, 96.9, WRRV/B.
Nice job.
If you want to, and you're 6 to 10, right?
Yes.
Is the morning grind?
Yeah.
Every
Monday through Saturday.
Monday through Saturday. That's right. They make you work fucking Saturday. What a bunch of cocksuckers.
Yeah, they used to have Rock and Steve do that.
I like it.
You got to check out. All right. Never mind. All right, we'll be right back.
I never knew it would hurt so bad, yeah. Now it hurts every day. I wish I could eat all your anger, vomit it back in your face. I drink my heart for Wallbanger, yeah. It makes me feel okay, yeah. It makes me feel okay.
Hey, this is Vinny from the band Sponge, and you're listening to Dead Radio Podcast.
I want one of those from you at the end.
Oh, yeah?
I do. I really do.
Is it even worth it? I can't follow Vinny from Sponge.
No, I 100% want. This is Nick Kessler from Morning Grind on WRRV. Or 92.
WRRB. I'll do two. I'll do two separate ones for RRV and RRB. You're getting your money's worth.
All right. Well, if you're just joining us, we're here with. You're probably not. I don't know why I do that. It's just going back to that radio thing again. If you're just joining us. On your
you
on your commute.
just skipped ahead of the music.
Yeah, if you just skipped ahead of the music, we're still with Nick from WRRV, Morning Grind, every morning from Monday through Saturday. Well, not every morning, so it's every Monday. Never mind.
Every morning except for Sunday.
Yeah, there you go. 92.7, 96.9, WRRV.
Yeah, you should sell it. Really sell it. Like, let me hear it. Like, you should do a little radio voice, like
I don't have it, like
because you were talking about it off the air, like people who just jump into it. You know, they're like,
yeah, you don't really have.
They have like a voice like that's terrible. Not a dude. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Ripping them golden oldies every day. I don't know.
And the voice guy that they get. Hold on, I think I can make it work. Hold on, let me see if I could do this. Hold on. How's that sound? There you go. 92.7, 96.9, WRRV.
That's raw. That's really good. I like that.
I do.
That's
a
how you
couple
equalize,
years ago,
folks.
I was talking about. I think it might have been Kiss FM. Back when I was working in shops and stuff, people would always compete with the radio, and then there'd be kind of like a Cold War. Everyone turning their radio up.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd have the couple guys at the end of the shop that want to listen to Kiss FM, and then guys like me who'd be listening to RRV, and then the old fucks listening to PDH or WRWD. Right, and that would get the kibosh very quickly because there'd be one guy in the shop that want to listen to country. But
and he could go fuck himself.
Yeah, they had the Kiss FM morning show. I forget what it was.
Elvis Duran in the morning.
I was in. Maybe it was Kiss FM. I don't know. It was one of the stations. But I'm like scrolling through, like not on presets because I was in like a different car. And I hit that morning show and I was like, are they recording from a shipping container? Because my show in Ryan's house sounds better than this.
What do you
mean? Is that an
mean?
effect that they were going? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Did they just? Is that just a thing that they were going for?
Do like.
That's too much. It wasn't that much.
Check. Is it more like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a. it's
That's
like
still
reverb.
a little bit more than what it was.
Live from a well in Wisconsin.
This is a warm theater.
Yeah, I'm here in a newly constructed Home Depot with nothing in it.
Yeah, now you have something.
Great. Yeah, this is awesome. Let's just do the rest of the show like this.
I feel like
And also, they had 7 or 8 people on mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Morning Zoo.
Well, there's always the laughing guy
crazy.
too.
He doesn't.
The
even
guy
get-
that there's the laugh at like everything,
yeah.
just to make it seem like it's
fun.
funny.
Yeah.
Well, going back to my internship days, they used to bring me into the studio. They'd bring me and the producer and, whoever else they had on
They'd
the show.
bring you in with egg sandwiches.
No. They'd like pull us off the phones to come in. So while they did a bit, they had like laugh track in the back.
Yeah.
I mean, like I wasn't forced to laugh at any jokes, and I certainly didn't if it didn't land. Oh yeah, I would just keep silent and stare at Mikey while he's just looking at me like, you fucking bastard. But what are you gonna do?
They didn't say a joke. Yeah, and they look at you and
No. I mean, yeah. So
here's your egg sandwich.
hold for applause. Yeah, they'd. But yeah, no laugh tracks.
I would love to be the laughing guy on a show. I'll see
Seems
that.
like an easy job.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Scream from Wayne's World 2.
Yeah, exactly.
How much do you think he got paid?
Ted McGinley, or is that Ted McGinley or Mr.
Yeah,
Scream?
Ted McGinley. No, Mr. Scream. Yeah, both. How
I
about
would
both?
think, well, because you're damaging your vocal cords potentially, unless you're doing it right. I would ask for $100 a screen, honestly.
Sure.
When that movie was made, you know,
Well, it depends on how popular Mr. Scream was.
Yeah.
If he was as popular as like Michael Buffer doing "Let's Get Ready to Rumble," he made $1 million every time he
What
said
is it,
that.
of Aurora, Illinois. he's the Bruce Buffer of Aurora, Illinois. Or yeah.
Hi, handsome Dan.
Mm-hmm. That's like such a great. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Programming the old 8 tracks.
Uh-huh.
Jeez Louise. I wanted to ask why the Hudson Valley? You came from Hell, Michigan.
To Albany.
To Albany.
Yeah.
And then down here, which I figure Albany, here is your, if you're trying to get to the big leagues, as they would say, in New York radio, this is the first stop on your way down, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why Albany, first of all, and then why here?
Albany was the first place that hired me full time. So I jumped on that, and I didn't even interview. I did not. They hired me without even meeting me.
Oh, shit.
My first time going to Albany was when I got the job and moved. I packed up everything I had in a car and
Fancy
and
pants.
moved to New York. Well, not really. It was like a Chevy Sonic. It was like a cram-packed Chevy Sonic.
You hear this guy's voice? He's going to be a star.
Yeah. But there is a weird, you know, from being in Michigan, it's like, wow, New York. And even
then you
back,
get to Albany.
And you get to Albany, and you're like, this isn't like the Critic. It's like, and so even when I go home, even from when I lived in Albany, I'd go home. How's the Big Apple? I'm like 3 hours north. I've only been there once, you know. But there really is like it was like, wow, I'm going to New York. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You know.
And then you realized you weren't doing it.
Yeah.
No, he's doing it. He's just not there.
Yeah, he's doing it. It's just a hole in the ground.
Yeah, I was doing. But hey, I mean that's a big city. They really have everything there. I liked living in Albany. I liked the Hudson Valley way more. But I really didn't mind Albany.
Really?
Because
even Central Avenue?
I didn't really hang out downtown. I actually lived closer to Troy. But that wasn't the best either. But I lived pretty much right on the bridge. But I had a great apartment. Rent was way cheaper. Like everything was a lot more affordable. I had a great time in Albany. You know, you want to get a little higher class, you go up to Saratoga, have a great weekend, and you could party in Albany. It's
lovely up there.
They got a lot of good shows coming to the Times Union Center and to SPAC, and it's a cool area.
Times Union Center.
Or the Pepsi Arena, or the Knickerbocker. What are you, depending on?
Pepsi Arena is what I know it as.
Yeah.
And like, what's
Did they change it again?
What's the Northern Lights now? What are
Upstate Concert Hall.
Yeah, Upstate Concert Hall. Yeah. What a shame. I like Northern
Spent
Lights.
a lot of time there.
It's a good venue.
That's a beautiful venue. I love that. I love that place.
Did they
It's
just
like one of
change
my
the name, or did they?
Yeah, they just changed the name. As far as I know.
The thing I like the most about that venue is you can go around the corner and sit down, have a few beers, have some food while the opening acts are going on, but you can still hear everything.
Yep.
You're not like watching it through a TV monitor. It's just you can still hear the music, but you can get away from it for a little bit and then go right back into it.
And you could see the show from pretty much everywhere.
You can see the show from the front fucking door.
Venues to go see the show. I mean, the sound is
we've seen
okay.
Clutch there
like,
4 or 5 times.
Yeah, something
like 4 times.
And the parking is never a problem.
Yeah,
it's a
it's because it's in a strip mall.
It's in a strip mall with a job lot on an Ocean State job lot on one side and a church on the other. So there's never anybody there.
Yeah. It's just everything there closes at 7.
Yeah.
Love that fucking venue.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
So why the Hudson Valley then? I don't consider Albany the Hudson Valley.
Yeah, no.
Albany is the
capital region.
That's
what they call it. And there, I don't know if you noticed or not, but there's a battle for Kingston. Did you know this?
Really?
What?
Albany claims Kingston is capital region.
Stop
when I was up there,
that's nonsense.
But
It
everybody
takes
down
an hour
here
to get to Albany from there. It takes
Yeah.
me half an hour to get to Kingston.
Well, it takes me
and
an hour
it's
to
just
get.
pretty much west and not that much north.
It takes me 50 minutes to get to Kingston.
Wouldn't they have to claim Rhinebeck too?
Wait, how long?
It takes me 50 minutes to get to Kingston.
15 or 50?
50. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm in
well, you're
Millbrook.
in Millbrook.
Yeah.
You're right on that ragged edge.
Yeah. It takes me 50
too,
minutes
of
to get
too
anywhere.
far east.
Anywhere other than Poughkeepsie takes me forever. Like Middletown, like an hour 15.
Fuck Middletown.
Yeah, fuck Middletown.
I like Middletown.
Of course you do.
Yeah, my cousins grew up there.
Of course you do.
I love it.
92.7 is
I
out of
love it.
Middletown.
The Speedway.
Or it's not. Is it? No, where's that? And it doesn't matter. Now I'm getting technical. But why Hudson Valley then?
Well, like part of what you said was true, being closer to the big leagues.
Uh-huh.
Thought it was time for a change.
Yeah.
I was there 3 years, so or two and a half years, and I was getting bored. I was doing promotions, and I was a promotions manager, and I slowly had gotten out of there. That's when Worst Interview was kind of kicking up too, and I was like, I was in Billboard. I don't know if you saw that. I made it to Billboard magazine.
No shit, with the Worst Interview again?
Yeah, and I just felt like things were. I wanted to entertain, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think I was meant to be at a desk. I was good at it and I liked it, but I just really didn't want to do that anymore.
Right.
They had already kind of put me on the morning show there, and I felt like I was being groomed for it. I just really didn't want to stay in Albany.
What about country music?
I love country. I love country music. You guys are bashing it, but it's okay.
We hate country music so fucking much.
I love seriously that Garth Brooks concert is probably the best show I will say. Like, it was an amazing show. I saw him twice. I saw him Friday and Sunday. He played 3 days.
Did he still fly over the crowd?
No, he didn't do that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he didn't repel it.
Did he come out as encore as Chris Gaines?
No.
Fool everybody?
Did he murder anyone on stage?
No. No murder in a Garth Brooks show.
That guy has dead eyes. He scares the shit out of me.
He's the nicest guy ever. He
Did
really
you
is
meet
the
him?
nicest. I did the worst interview with him. I remember I said, oh my God, what did I say? I asked him about coitus.
We'd definitely get tagged if we played that, wouldn't we?
I asked him about,
I don't know.
I asked him about coitus. And I just remember, like, people were like, coitus? And he, like, he's such a nice guy, and he's just like, did not want to answer a question about sex. It was just like, but I was like, wow. I was like,
well, here you are.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 2 minutes. This is perfect.
Yeah.
So he had no idea.
Hi, I'm Nick Kessler, and I'm with Garth Brooks.
Oh, you went by your last name, Kessler?
I'm with singer, songwriter, actor, musician, myth, legend, icon, superstar, idol, sensation, Grammy winner, country music Hall of Famer. I'm super excited. Garth Brooks.
Very sweet. Totally uncalled for introduction, but exactly the way I wrote it. Thank you for reading it. That was a bit wordy.
I always wanted to say this because you're the only Garth I've ever met.
Really?
Party on Garth.
Party on Garth. I get a lot of those signs out there.
Well, you were on SNL.
Yeah, those guys were super.
What was your favorite SNL? Do you like Church Lady?
Church Lady was great, but my favorite skit that I ever got involved with was The Devil. Will.
You were the devil.
Will Ferrell.
Cowboy in the campfire, and you had your head.
Oh yeah. But Will Ferrell's the devil when he's trying to write.
That is a really good skit.
What's that?
Well, that is a really good skit. He's like, I'm the devil. I drive a Dodge Stratus.
Legendary. And, like, people forget about that. He had like a couple great SNL skits.
His perfectly.
It was just, this one was tough. I literally had 3 minutes with the dude. They were like, "All right, get up, go," and it was like a press junket. Like, there was like tons of people there, and everyone was just people were staring at me because they had no clue what I was trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Times Union was here. Like it was just swamped with real media people.
How long ago was this?
God, probably 2 years ago?
Oh shit.
Probably 2 March. I want to say it was just around this time 2 years
His
ago.
perfectly groomed,
Look how fat I was.
Probably dyed black beard really annoys the shit out of me.
Probably
it just bothers the piss out of me. Look at that chin line.
Yeah, that was not done by him.
God damn it!
And he's wearing his own hat.
He's sat in a
his old G hat.
G hat.
Oh.
Hashtag
Garth. Hashtag fun. Fucking douche.
Yeah. Do you listen to your mom's house podcast with Tom Segura?
No. I think you'd appreciate.
Yeah,
that
I think
show.
you'd really like that show. But they're obsessed with Garth Brooks. And
He's
I
amazing.
agree with them.
Well,
I think he is a psychopath and has murdered people.
Go to the part.
I think he
gave
has like a
t-shirt
bag
from
of human fingers.
I ended up giving human fingers. I gave him a T-shirt from Walmart.
Yeah, play the rest.
I don't have to play the whole thing, but
Well,
I think if you
no,
skim it.
there's only a minute left.
It was hot. Yeah, it was tough.
They call little candy bars fun size.
Yeah.
But don't you think it'd be more fun to eat a regular size?
Yeah. They're called funner size.
Funner
How many times a day does someone make a low places joke, friends of low places joke to you?
Well, you just since I have a lot of them, it happens a lot every day.
Your song "Baby, Let's Lay Down and Dance." That I tried to lay down and dance. I was gonna ask, is it about?
Yeah, you need some help.
Coitus?
I don't know. I don't speak English.
You got so
Okay, thank you.
So welcome to Albany.
Thank you. What are you?
It's Wolf.
Sweet, man.
I got a Wolf T-shirt from Walmart.
It says exercise, extra fries. Here's the receipt. I don't know if it fits or not. But
Here's the receipt.
Take it back.
Yeah, I gave him the receipt because it didn't fit. I was just guessing, and he hugged me.
We always do a thumbs up. I'm with Garth Brooks.
So he clearly thought I was special.
Yeah.
You know, and he was like the nicest guy ever. And then I met him either that night. Yeah, I met him that night, and he came out and he's like, "Where's Nick?" And he's like, "Dude," because they must have told him afterwards. He's like, "I had no idea," and that's where I met him and actually asked him about the SNL. We had a great conversation.
You keep such a straight face, man.
Yeah.
I can't. It's
I can't do
really
it at
hard
all.
to do that.
I think it's just nerves. I think nerves take over because I really am like, in that case, I'm definitely fanboying. I'm like, I'm talking to Garth Brooks.
Well, that happened with me with Sponge. My
Yeah.
interview went to absolute shit.
It's
I was just
really funny.
I was stumbling over. Like I did a worst interview ever without knowing I was doing it.
But that's the beauty of that.
Yeah.
Nobody.
There were
Nobody.
You could just suck at it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm mad I didn't think of this first.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that we kind of pointed it out, addressed it. I was like, you're talking in circles. Let's reel this in.
Yeah.
And it was like you could kind of tell that they were like, what the hell is this? At certain points, but they seemed like they were, they seemed like they were like, let's just help these guys out.
Yeah.
And that's
They
fine.
were totally cool.
You know, because at that point we had half the subscribers we have now.
Yeah.
And our subscribers are nothing to speak of at this point. So, but yeah, I think it went okay for what it was.
Maybe you think you'll ever get as famous as this guy?
Oh, this is the one Christian told you about.
Who's this?
Oh, this is a new thing we're doing. Dead Radio presents Hudson Valley Heroes.
Hudson Valley Heroes.
So, a little backstory.
Yeah.
When I was interning, this was actually a thing. The Bud Light presents.
Yeah.
Real
Man of Genius.
Yeah. It was a Real American Heroes, and then 9/11 happened, and they changed it to Real Men of Genius.
Yeah.
And we were doing that we were doing this at PDH, and it was like, we salute you, such and such, blah blah blah, the Hudson Valley people, and I've decided to kind of bring it back, but this time actually find people who are doing YouTube videos in the Hudson Valley, and like get to know more of our, more the people that we live around and live near.
We live next to that.
Yes, we live next to this. His name is Brian Maldonado, and he's on YouTube. He has 215 subscribers, and he's a complete psycho. Just much like Dave G from last week. However, Dave G took all of his videos down.
Did he?
He
Are
did.
you fucking kidding me?
Every single
I was
one.
interested in learning about vape juices.
Yes. Well, real quick,
damn
we'll
it,
get
why
back
the
to
fuck
Brian
did
in
we
a
not
second.
download
Real
them?
quick about Dave G. We were put on to him. Last week's episode has his video. It's probably the only place you're going to be able to find any audio from his stuff ever again. But he was selling vape juices, but he was very super aggressive about it.
Yeah.
And high on amphetamines.
Yeah.
And drunk.
So
it was great, and I'm very upset because that guy was going to be our fucking claim to fame.
Yeah, we were gonna try and work something out. 6 days have gone by, and he had posted 5 videos, 6 videos, and now he's gone.
One of them was just him vaping for 3 minutes straight.
That was the one I was gonna play.
Just not breathing air, just inhaling vape juice for 3 fucking minutes.
Well, no, it was he'd take a puff, blow it out. Take a puff, blow it out. 3.5 minutes.
Now you said booze, amphetamines, and vape. I
That's
feel
my
like this is an
theory.
easy recipe for you guys to recreate, and
I mean,
if you find them,
it's possible.
I think just that
he was
fucking
sniffing a lot. So
that
I think it was
goddamn
cocaine.
audio.
He thinks it's
do you bring
amphetamine.
Do you bring these people here?
No, we wouldn't bring him here.
Not him.
He was
But you
selling.
bring
He was
people-
selling open, like used vape juices for like more than retail value.
Yeah.
Through his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So we were just gonna meet him and buy some of those used vape juices, and then tape it and record him.
He wanted $20 or $25, whatever you wanted to give him.
Yeah.
Yeah, for something that's $12.99 retail.
But these real heroes of the Hudson Valley, you do meet them. You find them out here,
Not
and sometimes you do
necessarily.
bring them here. Like who's
Yeah,
that? Who's
Hudson
that big
Valley,
guy?
Hudson Valley Hank. we
Hudson
had
Valley
on.
Hank.
You don't know
'Cause-
this guy.
Yeah,
You
but
invited
he
him into
seemed
your
like
house,
not
like
a crazy person.
You seemed like
He seemed like.
you don't know.
He's a little
I mean,
bit.
I guess you didn't know about me.
10%
either.
There's a little bit
of-
something
There's
wrong
a
with him.
good 10% of the people that have been on this show that we've never met.
Most of the people.
Not most of them.
You meet them.
Yeah, I'll meet them, but
Most of the time, people
There's-
come to my door.
yeah.
I open the door and they look at me like, "Do I have the right house?" Because they talk, they meet and talk to him, and then they
Yeah.
come to my house, and I'm like, "Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm the other guy." They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay."
See, I'm so weird about I could never do. Yeah, I'm really.
It's-
I've been followed home and stuff.
yeah,
like
most
I'm really.
most people have been vetted.
Yeah, I don't mind my
But,
name being out there, but I mean, like I'm pretty easy to find,
Yeah,
so
Yeah.
it's hard. But
it is
This
a little.
fucking guy.
We were talking about.
bringing this guy to my house.
Yeah. Let's. So this week's Hudson Valley hero is Brian Maldonado. You can find him on YouTube. Brian Maldonado. It's Maldonado. And this was from what is this? This one was from like a year ago, but I thought the content was timeless.
He's
we're
got
just-
some nice evergreen content, does he?
So yeah, we're gonna start a little bit. I mean, he rambles in the first minute. Just to describe him, he's wearing a red bandana. He has long hair. Most likely, a mullet is being mullet or receding hairline is being hid underneath said bandana, and he's wearing sunglasses indoors.
Yeah.
Seems to be that's kind of becoming
Dave,
our criteria.
Dave G did it. Hudson Valley Hank does it. Hudson Valley Pizza King does not.
Okay, but he's
Now-
not indoors,
And he's also not.
so it would make sense if he was wearing
He kind of looks
sunglasses.
like Bubba Ray Dudley from WWF.
you know what? He does. Or
Long-haired Bubba Ray.
one of the Nasty Boys
Yeah.
or something. Yeah. Hudson Valley Pizza King, however, is unofficial Hudson Valley hero. We haven't
Yeah, he
Inducted
was.
him,
He was
indicted
kind of.
him,
He,
or
he was
indicted
kind of
him.
Indicted him.
I mean. But anyway, we're going to skip ahead a little bit here so until he makes his actual point. So here we go.
Hurts. It hurts every time. All right. When a girl gives mixed signals to a guy, whether you like it, whether you want to admit it or not, that's a form of sexual harassment. Now,
Here, take notes.
girls, I understand you didn't think you do anything wrong, and I'm not taking away from what women have had to endure for years. I'm not taking away from women's issues of abuse, sexual harassment, assault, or anything like that. I'm not taking away. I'm not trying to take away from that at all. I'm acknowledging that equally, but I'm also acknowledging that it's a social taboo that men, we do not endure that too, because we do. And it's just as wrong, it's just as vile and disgusting. I just endured that form of harassment in a diner late last night from a waitress. And virtually to every guy, I mean, she would be outside the diner, she's been flirty and wow. Very attractive girl, but however, inside the diner, cold. It's like, and they come cold, pretty much complacent, treats me like dirt, and that's the way she is toward a lot of other guys in the place. I've seen it. She gives mixed signals to virtually everybody. Anybody who appears as a sugar daddy, though, flirt, up and down. She lays it on very, very thick.
This guy is such a piece of shit.
So
this is a guy who like gets pissed off when a stripper tells him she won't go out with him.
Yeah. Maybe.
Like, it's like, first and foremost, you give me $7 over the last 9 weeks.
Nick, anything?
I mean, she's working for tips, right? So
If she's being mean to him at work,
is she being mean to him, or is she just not giving him as attention as
If a guy comes in with a
he's
milk.
he's trying to say, which I don't believe, he's saying that outside of the diner, he's getting mixed signals from her, meaning
Outside.
that she is flirting with him outside of the diner, but then when they're at the diner, she's cold and not nice to him.
Okay.
Did I read that right? That's what he said, right?
Yeah.
So that to me is...
I thought she was being rude at the diner.
Can I have another Bloody
Yeah,
Mary?
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, is that she's
bring over
being
your
rude
glass.
at the diner, but then other times she's giving him mixed signals.
Yeah.
So...
I would think her attention would be at who she feels
Yeah.
is going to be able to financially, it's work, you know?
Yeah, but
Say,
I feel like this is
I'm
all
only
made
nice
up
to
in his
rich
head.
people at my job.
Well, that guy walks in.
You're like, this guy's a winner.
Yeah.
This guy could take
I would
care
think
of
he's
me.
like going to fight Terminator. Like he just got sent back in time
Yeah.
to...
He looks like the Poe brothers, one of the Poe brothers from the Lost Boys, like that grew up. That's what he looks like to me. But anyway, he's got some more examples of sexual harassment.
In a way, and it hurts. Guess what? That's a form of harassment. When a girl gives mixed signals to a guy, that's another form of sexual harassment. It's not okay. It's just as vile and disgusting as when men do it to women. And for the record, guys, I'm not letting you off the hook. Don't ever sit there and think it's okay to treat a woman that way, or to sit there and not take the hint when they tell you no. No is no. So, having said that, girls, I understand you didn't think you were doing anything wrong, but guess what? It hurts just as much. Guys are complaining about you giving mixed signals, and when I cry, they don't. On the surface, we don't say anything. Deep down, we feel hurt, invaded,
I
harassed,
think he is genuinely
and,
upset, but he
Yeah.
also just has mental problems.
Well, so she's harassing him by not giving him attention?
No, it's that sometimes she does, and sometimes she
So
doesn't.
how is that that's not harassment.
No, he's conflating the issue a lot.
So here's the thing. He's probably sexually harassing her, and she's not reciprocating.
No,
and-
no. Sometimes,
So-
sometimes she's just a little nice to him, so he's like, "Oh, this is working."
Yeah.
And then other times she's like, "Dude, seriously, no."
Yeah. Like, let me go back to what
Yeah.
I'm doing. Kind
Like,
of thing.
I'm at work. Can you please fucking stop it? I've already told you no.
Yeah. I'm at work versus I'm at the bar later. It's a little less.
She'll maybe be a little nicer to him. I mean, I don't know.
I feel like he doesn't have an advocate, and I'm
Yeah.
I feel like
Oh,
he's being
Jesus.
sexual harassed.
Don't start doing that.
I mean, to be fair, is there kind of a double? Like, what if she's calling him hun and stuff? That's kind of sexual. Is that sexual harassment?
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, from a very technical standpoint, yes. But it wouldn't surprise me if it was like when she's at work at the diner and she's super nice to him, she's calling him hun, and then 3 hours
that
later,
filled up,
3
sweetie?
hours later,
I'm just saying. Like,
Yeah.
what just happened?
Buddy.
I can't do it from over here. It's farther away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because the
Yeah.
one more.
It's okay. Can you repeat the line?
Want that filled up, sweetie? Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
But right,
Yeah.
and there's no issue there. But if he would have
Yeah.
said, maybe somebody you don't.
Yeah,
Other way around.
No,
No
no, I
way.
get it. And yes, there is a technical point there, but there's also like he's saying what's happening is the opposite. That when they're out in public and it's other situations, she's being flirty and giving him mixed signals, and then when she's at the diner, she's being rude to him.
Yeah.
And he's hurt. You're right. He's clearly hurt.
He's hurt.
He's
upset.
I don't
man.
think he's harassed, but he's definitely upset.
No one likes to get rejected. It's a bummer. Here. He's got he's trying to extend a hand here.
When a girl gives mixed signals to a guy, because it's another form of sexual harassment. See, men do endure sexual harassment from women. It just happens in different ways, and we need to start talking about it more and more. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of flack over this. I don't care. I'm tired of enduring that kind of mistreatment from the opposite.
Yeah, more than a woman. More than a woman by the Bee Gees is playing in the background. I was hoping somebody would.
So
catch
he's
it.
either in public or he likes the Bee Gees. That just gives it like another level to this.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he's in the diner.
He just got rejected 5 minutes
Yeah,
ago.
Oh.
I know my mother's going to be mad at me. Mom, I don't care if I anger you about this. I'm tired of being treated that way. All right.
All right.
All right.
I mean, he's basically said the same thing. I mean, you've been fast forwarding. You've been very generous. We are
I watched
5.5 minutes
thing,
in.
Man. I watched 7 minutes of this.
We're
shit.
5.5 minutes in, and he's basically repeated himself 8 times, 12 times maybe. I don't even know. I lost count.
He's also going to tell women how to talk to guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
You gotta be a little bit more straightforward with the guy, no matter how scary it is. Either you like him or you don't. If you like the guy and you don't know how to say it, just say, look, I'm very shy and I don't know how to express myself. As best as you can. Do it with a mom, do it with
Definitely lead with your weaknesses. That's how you impress people.
a sister, do it with a cousin, do it with another guy friend. But be pretty much make sure you're very clear on how you feel about the guy before you do that. Because the minute you keep giving mixed signals on a prolonged basis, then you cross that line. And that's actually not okay.
So yeah.
So you're saying whatever you're going to say, practice it on your. Has anyone ever practiced lines? Have you ever practiced what you're going to say to somebody like that? You
I think every
certainly
single person.
Certainly not my cousin.
No. or a friend,
or a
brother.
I think
friends. Yeah.
Well, everybody who's like, especially early on, like this guy is like junior high level of development, in my opinion.
Jesus.
Not mentally, but with socially for sure. Yeah, you practice what you're going to say. So those things make sense, but don't think there's a lot of people beating down this guy's door.
Why would you say that?
You ever practice what you're going to say to your boss?
Let me premise this with the fact that I'm missing a tooth right now, but I am actively getting it fixed. This guy's missing everything but the 2 front ones on the bottom.
Yeah, he's just got the 2.
And that's probably been like that for a long time. Did you notice that?
Oh, no. Oh, I've noticed it.
Yeah.
I've watched other videos of his. I just like this one because
maybe if he took his glasses off, you could see his beautiful eyes.
Yeah, I know.
But again, maybe meth. Like he might be dilated to high fucking hell and has to wear them indoors.
Yeah, maybe.
He's going to sign off here.
Guys, don't keep your mouth shut about it. Speak out. Ladies, I hope you take this as a learning tool. And this is a member of the Voice of Reason. Oh.
So
segued into Jimmy Buffett. I caught that part.
Yeah. And we got Margarita.
So
he's in paradise.
He's in like the back corner of a diner or a bar right now recording this.
What he should have done is like lean back and then let Margaritaville play and do a slow fade. So like, it's just it's very I wonder if he was at one of those diners where it's got the music, the coin operated music thing, and he played more than a woman, or was that coincidence? Was that kismet?
I imagine wherever he's at has free Wi-Fi. So I'm going to assume that the music was just playing in the background.
How many views do you have on that?
He had a dip. Where is it? 130 views.
Wow.
From 4 months ago. He just released a new video 1 hour ago. So as we were doing this show,
throw it up. Let's see how it went.
Seriously? Are you kidding me right now?
I swear to God, this just happened.
Oh, this is a member of the Voice of Reason. I'm coming at you today.
I'm trying to figure out what he's saying there. A man with a
ho?
Yeah.
Well, he's saying a ho. I think that's like a Native American thing.
It could be. I don't know.
Oh, this is a member of the Voice of Reason.
A member of the Voice of Reason?
Oh, this is a member of the Voice of Reason.
A man
coming
with
at
the
you
voice
today.
of reason.
And a lot of people saw my video on my family court case, and they wanted to know me to elaborate more as to what happened.
Yeah, he's got like a bone necklace, like with teeth on it and stuff.
You were all interested in my family court case.
Yeah.
Shocking developments.
Well, the title is Child Protective Services Violated My Rights.
Jesus
I
Christ.
think this is going to be a sad video.
Yeah.
This is going to make all of us very sad.
Where's this guy from?
CPS.
I was told he was from Newpolt's.
Newpolt's.
Um,
So somebody we know told us about this guy.
Yeah.
Who he knows in person.
Yeah, he's met this guy. He's interacted with this guy. He's kicked this guy out of a particular night spot for being unruly and
filming videos in the back corner.
I
Apparently.
guess. There's another video. Now I didn't want to go too far down the well. He's got one video titled "Meet One of My Online Shit Talkers Face to Face," and he basically goes on for about 3 minutes talking about this guy that he had confrontation with that was witnessed by this person that turned me on to him, Christian.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically spends 3 minutes calling this guy a pedophile. And a sexual harasser. So yeah, I don't know what happened. No idea what's going on with this dude and this other guy.
It's called a persecution complex.
Maybe. But do we want to watch the rest of this? Because I feel like this is going to go
You
dark.
don't want to know what happened in family court?
I need to know what happened.
All right. So, all right. Going with the
Worker
crap.
shows up. Her name is Dana Mitchell. That's right, Dana Mitchell.
And that's the other thing. Full names.
Yeah.
He's not afraid. He is not afraid.
I don't care. She tries to sue me all she wants. What I'm about to tell you is pretty much will shock and disgust you. She said, "Sign your kids over to respite." I said, "You can't do that. I don't have to do that. I need to have a lawyer present." She said.
Wait, what?
Nope. Don't know. Do you know?
He said, I'm going to put you under arrest.
Oh, yeah. What I'm about to tell you is pretty much will shock and disgust you. She said, "Sign your kids over to respite." I said, "You can't do that. I don't have
kids under arrest.
Sign your kids over to respite?
I did hear respite. Give me back my Teddy Ruxpin. I think that's what he was saying.
That was it.
That's what family court's
That was
about.
it. Give me back my Teddy Ruxpin, or I'm taking you to court.
Taking your kids.
I had a Teddy Ruxpin. Fuck the world.
Yeah, it was really fun to put like Nirvana tapes in them.
Oh, fuck yeah. Pearl Jam 10.
Oh, yeah, watch this. So she calls the Ulster police. The Ulster police showed up and threatened to handcuff me and arrest me right in front of my children and to make sure they would watch unless I sign my kids into respite care.
Respite
care.
I don't know what that is.
This is dark. I don't like this. When kids are involved.
Well, I mean,
he has kids.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, if fucking
some lucky lady was
fucking
like, "This guy's the one."
If CPS is going, we need to take this man's kids, I'm gonna side with you until I have more facts.
Side with the state of New York.
Yeah,
on this one.
I'm not gonna go. No, I trust him before you. Like, maybe that makes me a dummy, but pretty sure they don't just take people's kids away for no reason.
Especially when he shows up to the courtroom wearing a bandana and sunglasses.
Yeah.
Looking like Axl Rose. He's looking good.
I got to know what happens. Let's go.
Oh, my God. I'm terrified.
Watch the entire thing.
They threatened to arrest both me and my kid's mother. And being clinically disabled, I'm not allowed to sign any legal documents without a lawyer present. My rights are directly violated. I was strong armed by the police. It was a direct abuse of power. They violated my rights. They did not they did not follow proper procedure at all.
Did you catch that?
Not really. I'm looking at the
he's
bevy of videos.
He's saying he's clinically disabled and he's not allowed to sign any documents without a lawyer present.
I heard that part.
Okay. Yeah, I was just making sure you
Oh,
heard
no,
that.
no.
Because usually when you're not looking at something, you're not paying attention.
I
at
heard
all.
that, and I kind of, in my head, I went, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just quietly to myself, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And that's not how the system is supposed to work. Because my rights are violated,
This is just, he's just rambling.
Go, just skip to the end.
All right. So we'll let's do the last 30 seconds.
I did not know. I would not have expected him to have a law degree. He seems to know the laws pretty well.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, last 30 seconds. Here it is, the big finish.
Outside, just splitting up families, especially when
this is his fucking,
crescendo.
This is his crescendo. This is, this is Enter Sandman. This is Freebird.
You have one of the parents who actually loves their kid and wants to be there for them and raise them properly. Anyway,
That's a very fitting song. Very fitting
I'm
song.
an attorney. I'm suing the pants off of everybody. I'm suing the people who adopted my kids. I'm suing Dana Mitchell. I'm suing Ulster County DSS. I'm suing the Ulster Police Station. I'm taking all those motherfuckers to court.
First step is
Aim
to
under the
definitely
voice of
talk
reason.
about it on YouTube.
That's right. That's right.
And this is new.
Yeah.
Brand new.
This probably happened today.
I am now more onto your theory about he's plugging away at a jukebox, because there's no way you're rambling about your kids being taken away and it's like, I know you won't leave me.
This is
like
he's
just
in a
too
public
perfect.
he's in a public place.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
that's
in,
not
like,
a
a diner.
house. There's I don't even think it's a diner. I think it's a fucking dive bar or something.
Yeah, but he must have a playlist.
It's got to be. You know where I think it is? I think it's that diner in New Paltz. What the hell's the one?
That diner is closed.
Oh fuck!
College diner?
Is it College Diner? The one right in that plaza?
No, I'm thinking of the one as you get into New Paltz on the left past the strip club.
No, not that
Okay.
one. The one that's in the plaza where the Stop and Shop is, or the ShopRite, or whatever the hell.
I don't know.
I do not get out that way enough.
Oh, okay. Well,
I feel like
think that's
this is
the one.
definitely a
with
guy
college
that would,
diner.
this is a guy that would drink like a lot of Bud Lights at a diner. Like that'd be his hangout. It's like, hey Nancy, how's it going? She's like, fuck you.
Well, one day, and then the next day she's like, hey hon, good to see you again.
Hey, hon. It's been slow
On a
today.
slow day.
Tips are a
Sweetie.
little light. See if I can get an extra 30
Alright,
cents
well,
out of you.
This one, I'm going to go with more mental problems and maybe alcoholism.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, if he's a Native American person,
oh boy,
that's an actual genetic trait.
that's racist.
It's not racist. It's
You're
a proven
racist.
thing.
You're a fucking racist.
Not
I
at
knew it.
all.
I fucking knew it.
Native
And
American
this show
people,
is just a platform.
Native American people and especially Chinese but Asian people are more likely to become alcoholic. It's just they can have 3 beers and they are fucked up. It's just how it works.
It's science.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like something like 10% of Native Americans that are alive in America are alcoholics. That's a true.
I don't
thing.
know.
It's
I have no idea. Nick?
I don't know.
I'm not.
It's one of
I'm
those
not
piece
talking
of-
out of my ass.
One of
here.
those little bit of factoids that I
Yeah.
don't give a shit about.
I'm just saying that he's genetically predisposed if he's Native American because of that word that we didn't know that he said. That's all. I
Yeah.
wasn't trying to make a racist statement. It's just a factual statement.
Yeah.
Same as, white people get sunburned more easily.
Whatever
Or
helps
white
you
people
sleep
can
at night.
tolerate milk more.
I still think that one's untrue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever. But I would like
Whatever
to. I
helps
would
you
like to
sleep
meet
at
him.
night,
And
Grand
I'd like to meet
Wizard.
him and hang out with him. Yeah.
So
Talk to him about his situation.
I'm just hoping, like, if anybody else knows any, if all 5 of our listeners know any other YouTubers from the Hudson Valley, send them my way. ryandeadradio at gmail.com.
You called him a hero.
He's a hero. Because, like, it takes a lot.
He's doing great things.
Yeah, he's doing great things. He's informing you that mixed signals are a form of sexual harassment. Mixed signals from women to men as a form of sexual harassment. And I happen to agree. I don't like it. It makes me sad.
The argument could be made. He just didn't make it.
Most
Could
heroes.
it be made?
Yes, the argument could actually be made.
Most heroes are
the
drunk
thing
at
with
a
the-
diner at 9
he
p.m.
made-
having their kids taken
he
away.
He made the argument.
The criteria for being a hero. Sunglasses indoors? Check.
Yeah.
Kids being taken away? Check. Drunk in a diner at 12 in the afternoon? Check.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a shame he'll never get a medal, but
yeah, I like we're coming. I mean, we could make medals. We could have medals made, but then we got to meet these people.
At least he fills up the entire camera. The only thing that he specifically gets that light. Here,
Well,
look.
he's using
See
the
that lamp? The ceiling?
he's using the
It's a
very.
Was that him at the top?
It's like a character in his videos that
So-
just shows up in the
Yeah.
background. if
Wait,
you
go
can
up,
see
go up,
it.
go up, go up.
Are those all him, or is
That
there,
one.
are some of those copycats?
Look at that angle. You might be able to figure out where that is.
Oh, okay,
But
cool.
it's the same. Yeah, it's the same place.
Yeah.
Making fun of sagging pants.
Just mute it. I don't want to listen to it.
I used to be up by the Monday.
What were you saying
That's
about,
like
what
a
were you saying about-
McDonald's
what were you
or
saying about
something.
underwear?
Yeah.
Sure is.
I told you, free Wi-Fi.
I want to see the cup. There we go. She's got the cup in her hand. He's interviewing.
It's a McDonald's.
It's the McDonald's.
She's in a
employed?
McDonald's
Is she,
in New
uh,
Paltz.
It's the McDonald's
Does she
in New
work
Paltz,
there?
everyone.
She's got the red polo, and I can't see what's on the
Well, let's
her
find out
shirt.
here.
Oh, I used to be up by the Monday.
What were you saying about? What were you saying about? What were you saying about underwear?
I said the guy with the guys wearing stuff like that. When they wear their pants. You ever see them on the buses in Poughkeepsie or back and
We
forth?
should
when their
turn
pants
this
are
off. I
all
feel like
the
this
way
is going to
down
go
there?
south real fast.
Oh,
This
you
New
mean there's a
Paltz-
racist lady working at McDonald's?
This New Paltz bitch is talking shit about
All right, yeah.
Poughkeepsians.
So that looks like McDonald's to me.
Poughkeepsians, Poughkeepsieites.
Poughkeepsieite, I would think, right?
I'm gonna say Poughkeepsites.
Poughkeepsons.
Poughkeepsites.
Poughkeepsons.
Poughkeepsons.
Right down here.
I don't know. They all sound terrible.
Tattoos coming out of the sleeves on both arms. He's got baggy pants on, okay? They start at his knees, and this is all.
Oh, this is an edit. He does like little things too in his videos. I've done way too much research. He like does like little like graphic things, like cats giving the thumbs up kind of things like that pop up on the screen. So he just like added audio on top of audio, which always sounds really good.
Yeah.
No underwear right here, okay? Here's the pants and here's the underwear.
I also like that he's shooting.
He's literally playing it from his phone
He's
while
shooting
he's
in
interviewing.
a 3x3 format.
From
in
a
fucking-
Nokia phone.
It's a flip phone.
How old is this? Did it say how old it was?
Of underwear. What the fuck is that about, okay?
I don't want to listen
Explain
to
it
this
to me.
anymore. 2018.
2018, yeah. I mean, it is a McDonald's. It's the
And
McDonald's.
he's playing like a stand-up bit in the background. I can't.
It's Dennis Leary.
Oh, is it?
Complaining about saggy pants in like 1995, when people complained about that kind of thing.
Well,
she-
good job, Ryan, finding this wonderful
Yeah,
new
you're
person.
welcome. So if you want,
I'm very sad about Dave G, though.
I am upset.
Yeah,
I'm upset.
I had notifications turned on, and I got a notification today.
Hudson Valley Hank, of course, is the jewel of the Hudson Valley. He is definitely the absolute top. He rules above all. He's the ruler of the pantheon of Hudson Valley heroes, and
because he's actually a normal person who's just creating good content.
Have you watched?
I saw
Have you watched some of his videos
I watched him
too?
after I saw him on here.
Dude, he's got a new
Did
one.
you
out.
watch the cooking video?
I didn't see them all, but it's a great character.
He teaches you how to deep fry a gourmet cheeseburger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you look at that guy, you're like, that's him. Like he's got to be like that character. But then if he was on here and he was really
just a normal guy.
Yeah.
We're coming back around because you remember what you said about excess.
Yeah.
Hudson Valley Hank is the definition of excess. Like he is excess. He's redlining it to the end, wherever that end may be.
He had the one on healthcare. He's got 4 months to get his own insurance.
I think I did catch that one.
And it's going to be a trick.
Yeah.
But Hank is a good friend of ours. And, Hank, sorry, but we might have lost one of our heroes.
Yeah.
Tragically lost one of our heroes, Dave J.
Yeah.
So
something tells me he's all right.
I think
he'll
he's
rise.
fine.
He'll rise from the ashes like a magnificent phoenix and be back.
A court
for your next.
I think he had a court mandated sentence of some kind. And he had to pull everything down.
Yeah, probably.
You can't sell used vape juice on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then
if he didn't just post today, if he didn't post if he didn't post for let's say 28 days and then all of a sudden his posts were all taken down, I would think that it was a good thing. Did you catch the part about not posting for 28 days and then it all went away? But I think right now he's just very manic and he goes maybe sobered up for like 15 minutes. Was like, oh shit. Took everything down. But I'm sure we'll see him again. By the way, really quickly before you hit the bumper, Rhinebeck is north of Kingston.
Really?
So-
No, Kingston's on the other side of the bridge, though.
So?
Like
The
that's
Hudson
where-
Valley, though,
Yeah.
Capital District.
I mean, I'm not in that fight. I'm just telling you how they feel. You have the same argument that age-old, where does upstate begin?
It's true.
You know?
I would say Columbia County.
Yeah, I mean,
lot of people say Westchester.
I'd
Upstate.
say Westchester.
Like
is,
people think if it's north of the city, it's upstate. Like that's a legitimate.
I say
So
north
much
of Westchester.
Yeah.
above the city. You know, like
I say north of Westchester would be.
you know the
upstate,
hanging, the sack of
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah.
I like if you draw a line straight across that, I think that is downstate New York. I would say, and then the rest of it is upstate.
I just
So
read
you've got.
something.
So you're talking about like that border, like the border of Pennsylvania, the nice straight line.
Yeah, that nice straight line.
And you're just going to cut that straight over to Connecticut.
Are we
And
not
below
in
there, we're close.
We're a little bit north of that.
We are a little bit south of that.
Oh, okay. So maybe I'm
Well,
correct.
no, actually, the pin that I had in is Rhinebeck, and that's a little south of that.
Yeah.
So we're a solid 50 miles below
I
that
just
line that you just said.
read something from a psychopath who said Buffalo is upstate, and I don't think
Buffalo's
you can
a different fucking country.
Yeah.
Buffalo's
As far as
what
I'm
do they
concerned.
what do they call that?
Western
That's-
New York.
Is that what it's called? Western New York?
Sure.
Yeah.
So there's
and
like
that's like kind of, like Great Lakes region.
But here's the thing: Western New York is also considered Syracuse, which is like 200 miles away from fucking Buffalo. I think.
Right. It's not close.
If I
Not
like
that
me
much.
just looking at the map, I'm going to draw a line. Southern New York is going to be right around Westchester south. So all of Westchester would be Southern New York, the city. Northern would be above that, and then Western, I'd put it like right at the edge of the Great Lakes. Rochester is a solid fucking. The line that I just drew, Rochester is a solid 200 miles from that.
Yeah.
But what is the Hudson Valley?
The
What
Hudson
is it?
Valley is. I'm going to go with.
We've argued about this before.
So the
It's
thing is,
really
the thing is,
interesting.
if you're along the Hudson,
A lot of people
and
have a
It's
lot
funny
of
because I don't
along
have a
the
dog
Hudson
in the fight at all.
But if
Same
you're
with
along the
King,
Hudson,
I don't care.
if you're along
But people
the
are
Hudson,
passionate.
This is just your stop on the way to
Okay.
radio superstardom in the city.
So let's just picture yourself in a boat on the Hudson in Westchester. Do you look on either side and see mountains?
No.
No. It's no longer a goddamn valley. You're just on the river.
Or maybe it technically is a valley.
Technically, but we need to look up what a valley is.
I think here it is.
It's a matter of elevation on either side versus distance.
New York City gets Westchester County. That's theirs. As far as I'm
Mhm.
concerned, that's the city. You're pretty close. You're right there. It's traffic and everything like that. Getting there is a pain in the ass. It's very, everything above that is Hudson Valley up until, I got to say Columbia County, man.
You guys are you guys fans of The Simpsons? Like the old
Yeah.
Sure.
Simpsons?
Yeah.
I have a theory that like for the longest time it took place in upstate New York. Because there are so many references. There are a ton of upstate New York references that I didn't understand.
But they have a
growing up.
They have a canyon. They have a gorge. Do we have a gorge? We don't have a fucking gorge.
No, but do you
They
remember
got a gorge that looks like the Grand Canyon.
You could
Well,
find
I always pictured it in the Midwest,
yeah. Really?
like Illinois.
They actually do say where
It's Kentucky.
it said. They said
No.
Kentucky.
Yeah, they did. They
In
had
the
an
They
episode.
say it's
They
where
said
like four
Kentucky.
states meet or like
No. They said this small family from Kentucky.
Really?
They just said it one episode.
And everybody was like, "Wait,
what? How come it snows there every year?
like a lot."
Yeah.
But I was convinced because there's so many New York references. Like, do you remember that one with like Skinner had his spinoff and Superintendent Schulman? You can probably find this on YouTube. And he says, "I'm making steamed hams or
Yeah,
something."
yeah.
He goes, I don't know what that is. Like, it's a upstate New York thing. He's like, "Well, I'm from Utica, and I've never heard of it." Like, you wouldn't understand what that meant. I never knew what that meant growing up.
It's Aurora Borealis.
Yeah. Aurora Borealis having it in your kitchen right now. Yeah. So, and then, they have this whole
At this
episode where
time
they go
of
to
year
the city.
in this state.
And one of my favorite episodes where they go to Manhattan.
Yeah. They take a bus there.
No, they drove. Oh yeah, they take
took
a
a bus down
bus
'cause his
and
car was
'cause
stuck.
His car was parked between the Twin Towers.
I feel like there's a
forget.
few other ones too. A few other references, but there was a lot.
Oh,
And
sure.
I
growing
don't know
up,
why I can't
you didn't
figure out
understand
how to
what it
do
was.
topographical on Google Maps right now.
Because you're fucking dumb.
I feel like
Satellite?
it's this button. Yeah, satellite. That's not topo.
Oh, there was another.
There's a way to do topographical. On
There's
this.
another one. There's a nuclear meltdown. Or like, are we all right? Like, we just lost Albany. Like, like that. Like, so, and I've heard that that's why those same references. They probably did it later. But do you remember that show, The Critic?
Oh,
They
yeah, I
were
love that
saying
show. It's so
a
funny.
lot of that. I was reading that show didn't take off because of its New York specific jokes and New York specific writer. It had a lot of the same writers.
There was cross, like they did a couple episodes
Yeah.
where the guy from The Critic was on when I think it was the episode when Ned Flanders checked himself into the mental institution. When the tornado tore his house down and he didn't have insurance because he thought that it was a form of gambling.
Yeah.
And then they rebuild his house and he goes diddly ding dong crap and goes crazy and goes to the mental institution. They walk past a room and it's just a guy from The Critic going, "It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks."
That's right, Mr. Sherman.
Yeah.
Everything's. And then they had the film festival
Everything
episode
sucks.
too.
Yeah.
He was in that one. So, but
yeah.
I got a question coming in from YouTube from Mr. Michael Bleakley. For all of you three, what's your favorite radio/DJ related movie?
Oh man, it's got to be Private Parts,
Oh yeah,
right? What else? I mean, I'm trying to think what else. If we could go,
Airheads.
if we could go
Airheads for
through
sure.
them, I might be able to.
Well-
everybody loves WKR. What's that show?
KPPX.
No, KRP or what was that show?
Oh, news radio.
No, Cincinnati. Whatever. It's the old show. WKRP Cincinnati. Is that everybody loves that show?
Frasier?
in radio. No, but I'm thinking that might be my favorite though.
Frasier?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't think
I
about that
love
as a
Frasier.
radio show, but I really like
I'm
I was
listening.
way too young to really like Frasier.
Yeah.
I was
like
never-
10 years old watching Frasier.
I was never a fan of it because, well, I was super young, but I also didn't really get it, only because, I wasn't a fan of Cheers.
Yeah.
And
because you were -8 when it came out.
yeah, I didn't think about all that
Yeah.
kind of shit, and I don't know if I watch it now if it probably won't hold up. Who knows? But also another movie, Good Morning Vietnam, which is in
Yeah,
our
that's a good
intro. A little clip from that as well. My favorite by far, hands fucking down, is Airheads. I can turn that movie on right now and laugh my ass off.
I'll be
I
right
love
back
that
because
movie.
I thought we were going to be done by now, but I have to pee.
Okay, fine.
He's gotta go. He's out.
That's that movie.
Airhead- yeah, it's
that
good.
movie was like a combination of me being a musician, wanting to be a rock star, and me wanting to be in radio. Those two worlds kind of colliding, and seeing, and at the end where the DJ gets him on, and they're all having this party, and fuck the fucking program director because he's trying to switch the
soft rock.
format.
Yeah.
You look like half a butt puppet.
What are some other radio? I don't have any
What's
service
some
down here, but what are
radio
some other
movies?
radio movies?
I don't. Well, I'm popping. I got best movies about radio DJs. Well, it's Private Parts, American Graffiti, which I've never seen.
What has? I don't think that has to do with radio. I
But
don't
it's
remember
like the Wolfman Jack is in it the whole time on the radio as they're going, as they're creating. Play Misty for me, the Clint Eastwood thriller about a DJ who meets and later has sex with an obsessed female fan.
Ooh.
Has that ever happened to you?
No.
A lot of female fans trying to have sex with you?
No comment. I don't.
All those
There-
those Hudson Valley
let's just
moms,
say
they
I've-
sure
I've
love.
I've met some weirdos. Not even necessarily in the Hudson Valley. I'm just saying. You know what? There was this one movie, and you might be able to find it, with Kevin Costner as a DJ, and that was actually filmed in a station that I worked for in Detroit.
Was it?
I can't think of what it's
Was he a
called. He was a
DJ?
DJ at a radio station, and they had to cover up all the signs and stuff, but they filmed it because they had a brand new building, and they filmed it there. If you type in Kevin Costner, Detroit radio movie, I'm sure it'll pop right up. I've never seen it, but
Hold on, let me take a look. Now I have to know. But some other movies are The Upside of Anger. What's a great baseball star turned radio DJ? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Upside of Anger.
Is it the sequel to Bull Durham?
2005. That'd be pretty good, but no.
What about this one? Have you seen? It's a Rob Zombie movie, Lords of Salem. You could consider that a radio movie.
No, I haven't seen that.
Because they
I
work for
wanted
a
to
radio
see it.
station in Salem.
Was it any good?
It wasn't my favorite Rob Zombie movie. I think
A lot of Rob Zombie movies are like that.
no, I
Was it
love
good?
just about every one. That one to me didn't do it. I loved 31. Did you see 31?
No, I heard
It's
that
kind of
one was
like
pretty good.
Hunger Games meets Saw.
Oh,
It was good.
so yeah, okay.
Violent, as you can imagine.
Another one is Pump Up the Volume, starring Christian Slater.
Are you just looking up?
We're just looking.
I swear to God. 103.7, The Hawk is giving me this list here.
I've seen a couple of zombie movies that
Christian
take place in a radio station.
Oh, yeah, with that one guy from that thing. Starring Christian Slater as a disaffected teenager who operates a pirate radio station from his parents' basement using the name Happy Harry Hardon.
That was a movie, Pirate Radio.
Pirate Radio,
Yeah.
Philip Seymour Hoffman. Rest
Never
in peace.
saw it.
There was a movie on Netflix I saw called Pontypool.
Yes, that was the one I was talking
That
about.
was in Canada.
That was
Pontypool,
the
Canada.
one. Yeah,
that was
just,
I didn't
I was
mind
just
that.
pulling it up.
I didn't understand that movie, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Yeah, but it was
There's
kind of
also
creepy.
one called Dead Air, 2009, horror sci-fi thriller. Yeah, terrorist bioattack unleashes a plague of flesh-ripping maniacs into Los
What's your
Angeles.
favorite, Mike?
Yeah,
But
Mike.
yeah, Airheads, hand down.
Yeah, I'd have to say Private
that?
Parts, just because that journey is just so incredible,
Private
and
Parts-
I don't think that movie touched the surface.
No, not at all.
You
Parts,
know?
Private
Oh,
Parts.
could you imagine
actually-
if it could come out like now?
Yeah,
The shit that you can do now in movies.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like if you came out on Netflix with something like that.
I don't know. I mean,
Sure,
it
with the
wasn't
shit that really
that
fucking
bad.
happened.
no, but I mean, I don't think he got anywhere near telling his story. I think there was he's probably got so much. I've never read the book,
Yeah.
but I'm sure there was a lot that didn't make it. Think
Like-
about all the characters who didn't make it in that movie. You know, like
yeah. A Stuttering John. He came at the very end of the movie
Yeah.
in the post credits and had this big long fucking tirade how Howard Stern is a piece of shit.
I mean,
It was
it's
really
basically
funny.
like what you guys are talking about. That is like to me like the epitome of fighting the establishment.
Yeah, that
know?
I hate Howard Stern. I fucking hate him. But that movie, when I saw it, really got me. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I became a Stern fan for a moment there, and then now it's just like I can't stand him. He totally caved in and sold out and
Yeah.
all that stuff. But you know, whatever. Opie and Anthony, my favorites, who I thought were much better, completely imploded and like grenaded their entire show. Now they all hate each other. So I don't know. Seems in radio you go one way or the other. You get to a point where you can settle down and just coast, either people are paying attention to you because that's all they know, or you just fucking grenade everything.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
I
weird
mean,
when
that's
you say coast because like I can't see myself. Like I can see myself staying in the Hudson Valley.
Yeah.
But creatively I can't coast.
Yeah, but that's
You
the
know?
thing. Like some people get to a point where they're like, all right, I don't want to do this fucking shit anymore. I don't want to put any effort in, and then they coast. But the people that make it just
Yeah.
keep on. The people that get famous are the ones that can't stay still. That can't stop creating something. Can't
Like
stop doing anything.
And I'm getting rooted here too, which is new.
What?
You know, like I've got a girlfriend here, like a serious girlfriend. I've never
Oh,
really
you're
had
getting rooted, you're growing
I've
your
never
roots, yeah.
had really any reason to stay like in Albany.
Mhm.
I almost went to Houston. I'm really glad I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that just seemed like they wanted me to do nights, and it wasn't paying a lot.
Nights in Houston? I mean,
Yeah.
Houston shows up on Cops a lot. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't go there. Maybe Austin.
Got pretty flooded.
Yeah.
Not too long ago.
But yeah, so
I want to go to Texas. I think Texas sounds pretty cool.
Mike,
but I don't know if I'd want to live there. Yeah, you said The Fisher King?
The Fisher King? Have you seen
Yeah,
The Fisher
so
King?
it's a 1991 American comedy drama film written by Richard LaGravenese, directed by Terry Gilliam,
Or
starring
as
Robin
his
Williams
friends call him,
and
Dikla.
starring Robin Williams and Jeff Bridges.
Robin Williams is in 2 radio movies?
Yeah.
I could have watched Good Morning Vietnam again.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. All right,
Yeah,
we're
so
we're
Jack
starting
Lucas,
to-
a narcissistic, misanthropic shock jock, becomes suicidal and despondent after his insensitive on-air comments inadvertently prompt an unstable caller to commit a mass murder suicide at a Manhattan restaurant. 3 years later, Jack is working for his girlfriend Annie in a video store in a mostly drunken, depressed state. Wow.
That sounds like a real fun movie, Mike. Thanks. I'm not watching
No
that
Airheads.
shit. Fuck
I'm gonna
the
go home and watch Airheads.
Fuck the Fisher King. That sounds like our future. I don't want to
Yeah.
watch that shit.
Mike is like our movie guy.
Oh, the
he's
guy
the one
that
who
just asked
knows.
the question.
Yeah, he's where Tim Cop came from. over there. If you
Oh, I was looking at that, and I'm like, Time Cop. And I'm like, wait, that's Tim
yeah,
Curry.
he we did
right,
a
it's
He
Tim
wasn't
Curry.
in Time Cop. Wasn't Time Cop Tom Selleck?
no, it was Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, was it? What movie am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the same cover.
What's the name of that movie?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It looks like that cover.
We talked about it last time too, because we made the same thing.
I love
Gene
Tom
Simmons
Selleck.
is in it, and he plays the bad guy.
Yeah.
God damn
Right.
it, Mike!
We need help.
Oh, fuck.
That's what I was thinking, because he's got the same cover. He's got a gun. There's all kinds of colors, and
Magnum PX.
He was just making a list of all the time travel movies he could think of,
Yeah.
and he left the E off of Time Cop. So
yeah.
So we imagined that movie.
God, now I got to know. Gene Simmons movie.
Gene Simmons?
Detroit Rock
Tom
City. Runaway with
Yep.
Tom Selleck,
Yeah.
1984.
But look at the covers or the posters, so I'm not crazy. Could you see how I can get that little confused?
Oh, for sure. Look, hang on. Well, I mean, this one is like the official.
It's called. Well, yeah, it's not the one I was thinking of. But
So
that one. That's the one
this
I was
one
thinking
here,
of,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, with just him on the front.
Well,
I mean, they're both holding a gun at an angle,
Yeah.
and they have like it
and
looks
his
futuristic.
mustache is way better than Tim Curry's. It always will be. I love Tom Selleck. I don't know if it's like a Michigan thing. He's from Detroit, and he's got the Tigers hat all the time. But
Oh, okay.
I got a crush, I guess. So what?
All right.
I'm a big fan of Tom Skerritt, and I'd like
Tom
to see them
Skerritt's
fight
good
one
too.
time.
Tom Selleck would whip Tom Skerritt's ass. He couldn't even make
I
it
don't
through
know.
halfway Alien. You think he's gonna be able to beat Quigley? I don't think so.
That's very true. His hair, Skerritt's hair is better though.
Yeah,
It can be manipulated
I
more
like
easily.
Tom Skerritt. I don't know why you. Yeah, are you really a big Tom Skerritt fan, or you just threw that out there?
Oh fuck yeah! I got
That's
like
just
I
a
gotta-
very.
You didn't see the life-size Tom Skerritt freaking
No.
cardboard cutout when he came
Okay.
in?
So by the way, I got to give a shout out to AMC if they're listening. The other day at the bar, I turned on the TV. It was 10:30 in the morning, and Alien 3 was playing, and I was like, well, we can't change this. Then it went into Billy Madison. Then Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Wow.
So
It's a
my
nonstop
entire
rock
shift,
block.
I was like, I cannot turn this off. And then some guy wanted to watch the Yes Network, and I told him we didn't have it.
You want to watch the Yankees? And
Which
now I used to
we
watch
definitely have the Yes
Will
Network,
Ferrell.
but I was like, mm-mm. Sorry, we don't have the
Poor
Yes
Alien
Network.
3.
I love Alien.
I do too.
Does not get enough credit.
Does not get enough
It's a
credit.
solid. It's a solid flick. It's scary as shit.
The director's cut is where it's at.
Yeah.
Buy it
I've
on
seen
DVD or Blu-ray or whatever. Watch the director's cut. It's a totally different movie. It's darker. It's 40 minutes longer. Fucking Ripley has an affair with the doctor. The aliens actually made from a fucking cattle that they had. It wasn't from a dog. There was this whole thing about how she's like, it's not like the other ones. It moves different. Blah blah blah. It's so good. There's a whole sequence where they capture the fucking thing, and the crazy guy lets it out, and he's calling it a dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. All that's cut out of. They captured it. It was over. It was done, and a crazy guy let it out.
So throw in Prometheus and Covenant. Which did you say was the worst?
That's hard. Man.
Resurrection.
Yeah. Pretending Resurrection. I don't know if that's the question you're asking.
I'm saying between all the aliens, not Alien versus Predator. And I would agree. I would think 4 is probably the worst, but it's,
Four
but it's a
is
different
definitely
film.
The worst.
I
4
think
is definitely the worst.
4 is
and
very
it's
different
one,
than Prometheus.
Well, they were trying to do Aliens. They were trying
Yeah.
to make another Alien. So they did Aliens. Alien 3 was more like Alien. So Alien Resurrection needed to be more like Aliens, but it didn't succeed because they killed off
Well,
the
but
guy
I mean,
with
in the
dreadlocks.
timeline, it's the last one in the thing. So it's, I mean, I don't think that Prometheus or Covenant either were bad, but I think you needed to really be a fan.
Yeah.
To like Prometheus, and you needed to want to figure it out on your own because they didn't fucking hand it to you.
Mhm.
I had to watch it twice, do some Googling, people that were really into before I really understood what happened. And then Covenant, I was like, I'm hoping this is a precursor to something else. But I liked it. It was fun. It had the same kind of format, very cerebral, very scary, very weird, and then action movie.
Covenant bored the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I wasn't impressed.
I nodded off a couple times,
and at the end, I saw the ending coming a mile away.
Oh yeah,
and it just
that was rough.
I didn't like. I'm like, they have different color hair. No one noticed that he he's a brunette.
All in on Michael Fassbender.
He was blonde. Now he's brunette. What fucking happened? They didn't explain that at all. They've explained everything else except how the robot went from being blonde to a brunette in 30 seconds.
And Kenny Powers is the unlikely hero.
Unless he scalped the other guy or downloaded his... But show that.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers. It's simple things like that that kind of make me go, you guys just weren't... You didn't give a shit. Mm-hmm. You didn't care enough about this movie. I'm done.
That was Ridley Scott, too, right? He did Covenant? Did he do Covenant? Yeah. That's a shame.
I still think it was pretty good. It was just lacking.
We're right in Mike Bleakley's wheelhouse right now.
Who
wrote Runaway probably faster than we could have Googled it. Yeah, he's probably screaming at his computer right now.
Yeah.
You don't understand!
Tom Skerritt would kill Tom Selleck. You idiot.
Oh, that's another thing. Mike Bleakley, Tom Skerritt or Tom Selleck in a fight. Who would win?
Tom Skerritt.
Now or in their prime?
Now, Tom Selleck.
Is Tom Skerritt even alive?
I don't know.
Yeah, because he's going to be in the new Top Gun. He's reprising the role, I believe.
Tom Cruise going to be in it?
Yeah. Val Kilmer.
They wouldn't even make that movie without Tom Cruise.
Val Kilmer is... Iceman is going to look like Donut Man.
Have you seen him lately?
No.
He's cleaned up.
No.
He's cleaned up.
So there's a lot that was going on with Val Kilmer.
Okay.
He had throat cancer.
Whoa!
Yeah, and he was trying to hide it.
Oh.
And apparently a lot of the weight gain was because of a lot of medications. And then he did a couple of movies that I'm thinking that he didn't have health insurance. And then why would you have health insurance if you're a multi-millionaire? Then you get sick, and then because of your previously diagnosed conditions, you can't get insurance, and then you're paying out of pocket, and then you're doing really shitty fucking movies when you're not at the top of your game to fucking pay for shit. This is all theorized. They hid it for like a really long time, but he did have throat cancer, and now he's cancer-free.
I feel like he
yeah,
fell
and
off,
he lost the weight.
ago, before these crappy movies, right? Or like, if you look at, what was that one? Island of Dr. Moreau? That was I feel like what his last...
But he was pretty good in it. That
was
a terrible movie.
But he was supposed to be the main guy.
Yeah.
Originally.
And
he...
Yeah, they...
I don't know why he backed out. I don't remember the story, but he was supposed... That movie probably would have been way better if he was the star, but...
I think that movie was 100% down to writing and them...
getting... what's his... fat guy. God. Why can't I think of it? The Godfather.
Marlon
Brando. Getting Marlon Brando to show up.
The fat
guy. Marlon Brando.
Another day of shooting.
And if anybody's wondering, the answer is Tom Selleck.
Yeah, of course.
Tom Selleck would win.
Can we do a for Tom Selleck, or is that how it works? Or
no, not really. Unless
I don't know how it works.
It's supposed to be just. It's
what if I said
is that what she said? That's what she said.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Like if I said it's because Tom Selleck's mustache is thick and full.
Well, no, not even then.
Because it's because I tried too hard.
Yeah, let me see. Hey Tom, can you help me? Can you come over? Hey Tom Selleck, can you come over later and help me clean my pipes? Yeah.
Okay. I get it now, I guess.
I feel like Tom Selleck's got the reach.
Hey Tom
that's
Skerritt,
why he'd win.
You can sure crawl around in those crevices pretty well. I don't know.
I feel like Tom Skerritt isn't a tall person. I'd like to know.
You're thinking he might have the reach?
Yeah, I feel like
reach advantage
because Tom Selleck is probably solid 6'3", 6'4".
I mean, he looks it.
I don't know if they tell you this kind of shit.
I mean,
on
I thought
Wikipedia.
Tom Cruise was at least 6 feet tall for the longest time.
And you were disappointed.
He's a little fella. Well, while Adam looks that up, yeah, Nick.
Is this over? Is this the sound that means
that's the get the
we're
fuck
done?
out?
Yeah.
All right. Tom Skerritt's 6 feet tall.
All right.
waiting for this.
Tom Selleck is 6'4".
Yeah. Ooh, a lot of reach there.
Big difference.
Big boy.
Big difference
Big
when it
boy.
comes to
Almost
a boxing
head,
match.
Almost a head
Yeah.
taller.
And the mustaches,
You
though.
guys might be
it's
right,
very powerful.
Selleck might have that,
This-
like...
The flavor savers
Might have
that they
yeah.
have.
Yeah, he just hides, like, amphetamine and stuff in his
Also,
mustache.
he could hide a razor blade in there. You'd never know.
Tom Selleck was in the Army, probably in Vietnam.
Scarrett sound is starting to sound like a poof.
Yeah, but he did. You know what? When no one else wanted to go in those vents and chase Alien out.
Yeah. He was fine with it.
Tom
I'll
Skerritt
go.
looks a lot
with
older.
a deadpan face on the entire time.
Yeah.
Tom Skerritt.
Dallas went in there, man.
So he was born in Detroit.
Hey.
I don't know if that changes
Yeah,
your
that's why he
opinion.
wears the cap and,
Yeah,
and
but
the
he's,
Tiger's cap and Magnum.
He's 93.
He's 93. He's
Born
not
August 25th,
Yeah.
1933. There's my fucking...
That's not. He's not 90.
No, he's
92.
83.
He's 83.
I have a hard time believing that.
It's still pretty
Yeah.
fucking old. All right. Well,
All right, let's
do
figure out how...
titles. Oh God, we're still on this?
No, we can do your... Do you have any titles?
No, none. Not a
Okay,
one.
so I have...
Nick Kessler is here. That's
I
that's
have,
the title I have.
Ricky, I'm bad with names. I think you missed that one.
I sure did. Okay.
A Party Store in Hell.
Ooh, I like that one.
That's a good one.
Pushing the Oat Milk Hard. The Blade of Nut Allergies.
That's tricky because Blade is we're talking about the movie, but
It was good in the moment, but out of
It didn't-
context, I don't know.
It didn't age well
doesn't
with
land
the show.
It doesn't land quite.
The Bruce Buffer of Aurora, Illinois. Give Me Back My Teddy Ruxpin.
Okay.
Wasn't Time Cop Tom Selleck.
All right. I gotta go with Party Store in Hell. That's my
That's a good
choice.
one.
Yeah,
That's
what
a
do you
good one.
think?
And you've got a souvenir to go with it. So
Are you leaving that?
Of course. Yeah. Of course.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about the vodka.
I mean, I'll drink the Bloody Mary mix in just a glass with ice, like
Yeah,
an elderly
like
gentleman
a psychopath.
It's good. Yeah.
who's
So
clearly
we're gonna
has
go with-
dementia.
We're going to go with The Party Store in Hell.
There we go. Hashtag Teddy Ruxpin. All right. Well, that's the show. Thanks, Nick.
I hope I
coming
was
on.
sufficient.
It was great.
I don't know what you're expecting. I mean, like,
We did 2.5 hours.
Oh,
yeah, it's really good.
It didn't feel like that.
It never does.
Yeah.
So,
By the way, Tom Selleck is 13 years older or 13 years younger and 4 inches taller than Tom Skerritt.
Oof.
So,
Scarrett's done.
yeah, he's done.
Scarrett's got to work that rope-a-dope
done.
if he's gonna.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
I do think Tom Selleck is coloring his hair, but he looks much more robust.
All right.
They're definitely not in the same weight class.
Oh no.
No.
It's like a lightweight fighting a
Yeah.
heavyweight. Great.
Yeah, my money's on Tom Selleck.
All right. Wow. If you like brute force, that's fine. I'm more of a technique kind of guy.
I just think if you could pick someone up and throw them, like you're probably not going to win.
All right.
I
so-
mean, who knows? Maybe maybe Tom Skerritt's fucking real gritty. He's like got that really old guy at the gym, like sinewy muscliness.
He does a lot of mall
Just
walking.
Fucking tears you to burger,
His
and you're like,
pecs-
what the fuck?
His pecs are sagging, but he's still fucking you up. He's got hair on his shoulders. So yeah, check out Nick on on the morning grind at 92.7, 96.9 WRRV/B.
This is your chance to really finish it
in the Hudson
I
Valley.
gotta-
Oh yeah. Hold on.
Yeah,
one more time.
turn on
Well,
that
with the
fucking
reverb, you're gonna sound like an old timey like horse race announcer, like on 92.7, 96.9. Like
It's not reverb. It's like
What is
it's
that?
sounding like you're talking into a megaphone.
Okay.
It's like you boost the mids and cut the highs and lows, and then you get 92.7, 96.9 WRRV.
yeah.
Check one. So yeah,
I'm clapping and Mike's clapping. Too.
fun with
Both.
equalizers, kids. You also check out at Nick Kessler. Nick Kessler, I am on Instagram and WRRV.com.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
You have to stay and do plugs real quick, and a big thing. Hi, this is Nick. We'll talk about it, and yeah, that'll be the end. Who do we got next week?
I don't remember.
All right.
I keep forgetting to do this, but while I'm doing this, can you please plug Hudson Valley Tattoo Festival?
Yeah, Hudson Valley Tattoo Fest going on March 29th, 30th, and 31st. It's the first annual at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center, Poughkeepsie, New York. If you want more information, HudsonValleyTattooFest.com. Hundreds of artists from all over the world are going to be there ready. If you haven't booked time with them ahead of time, you could still show up and find somebody, and if they got a session open, you can get a tattoo right then and there. It's $25 to get in each day. There's a special pass. Again, HudsonValleyTattooFest.com.
You can get a 3-day pass for $60.
Yeah, so that's a good deal if you're looking to get a shitload of work done. There's going to be tons of vendors. The Crafted Cup at 44 Remington Avenue in Poughkeepsie is going to be there as well. I think I'm going to be there doing that for Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday we're doing the Dead Radio Man on the Street thing.
If you're going to be there Friday and Saturday, I might pop in one of those days too.
I might be able to cut away. I got to get the details on that. I'm not sure.
Because it'd be really awesome to post something Friday instead of just Sunday. Even if we just do like a 1-minute Instagram video.
For sure.
But we'll figure that out.
Also, Patreon.com/Dead Radio Podcast. Adam mentioned it before when we were having technical difficulties. You go there, you give us some money, and then all that shit gets
someday
fixed.
we can be in a commercial space. We don't have to worry about the dryer running.
And we can invite people like Dave G and Brian Maldonado on.
Because you'd probably have security at that point.
Well, even if we didn't have security, I'm not getting killed in my own house by somebody invited there.
All right, so next week we've got Skate 4-5.
Again?
Allegedly.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, local
I'll
skate
take that
shop,
with a grain of salt.
Local skate shop on in the Arlington area of Poughkeepsie on Raymond Avenue. Then the week after that, we have Dennis Fab, who's going to be a artist at Creator Fest. If you don't know what Creator Fest is, please check out Hudson Valley Creator Fest on Facebook. Like, subscribe, do all those things. Follow it. Be there May 5th. And then the following week after that, we have another artist from Hudson Valley Creator Fest, Brian Rubin. So Brian Ruby.
And we
would be his stage name.
One more thing, we also cannot forget this Saturday at the Chance, Pitch Black Sunrise, our good friends.
Oh, yeah.
Pitch Black Sunrise are opening for Blackwater Rising at the Chance. Tickets are still available. Go to Bandcamp. What is it? pitchblacksunrise.bandcamp.com.
That sounds right. If you Google that, you'll find them.
Yeah, it's Pitch Black. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. pitchblacksunrise.bandcamp.com. Go there to buy your tickets. Buy them through the band.
Yeah,
it helps them out a lot
credit.
more. We'll be there, so if you see us, come by and.
I will give Ryan stickers to give you. Don't bother me. I'm going to be filming.
Okay, there you go.
Ryan will be the guy that's not filming, hopefully wearing a Dead Radio shirt. You have to wear the shirt.
Wear the shirt. All right. Next week. Nick,
Goodbye.
One more time. Thanks.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right.
That's awkward. It's a long bed. It's a long bed.
17 minutes of pure power.